Okay, we're gonna go fire. No, we're not. 6:22, Pete.
I know.
It's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
There's no doubt about it. Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively...
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future. The ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
It's time now for Dowling Catholic High School football, Central Iowa Sports Network. CISN.TV is Iowa's premier source for live-streamed high school football. High school football on CISN.TV is brought to you by Atlantic Bottlers, Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Shields, the Better Business Bureau, G&L Clothing. Now let's go to our CISN.TV team for Dowling Catholic High School football.
To Valley Stadium in West Des Moines, Mark Amadale joined by John Chido, Matt Mainring, as we get set for week number 9 of the high school football season right here on Iowa Catholic Radio. It's Dowling hosting Sioux City North, and it is senior night here at Dowling. 33 seniors will be walking across the field, introduced by their parents. We'll be showing that on CISN.TV. And John Chido, glad to have you back. Congratulations on a very fine 8th grade season for Dowling football. John missed last week's game with Hoover. Matt and I had to kind of struggle through that. But, John, you were out coaching the Dowling team and the Dowling 8th grade team, the future Maroons. And congratulations on the job you and the staff there at the 8th grade level.
Well, all the credit goes to the kids, of course. I mean, the kids make coaches look good when you have good kids. And that's exactly what we had. We had a great group of kids. We finished the season at 5-0. We were rained out with one game. We didn't have a chance to make it up, but we finished Tuesday night against Lincoln with a nice victory, and our defense didn't give up a single offensive touchdown all year. So hats off to the kids, and a great job what they did.
Wow. It's kind of like the varsity team. Haven't given up a
So that's
point
what I was
in
thinking.
district play, Matt.
Yeah.
How about that, Matt?
Yeah, they put them right on the field now. You know, it does start with defense, as John said, and that's been evident for the Maroons this year as they've gone through district play with the shutout. And you know, what makes that interesting in some of these games that have where the game has been well in hand in the second half,
Right.
it gives those all of the team an opportunity to support that goose egg.
Well, Dowling coming off a win very handily last week, 59-0 over Hoover, and Sioux City North losing to Ankeny 62-7 at Ankeny last Friday night. Now, Sioux City North will not qualify for the playoffs, but how important is this game? Well, seeding and making the playoffs. And Matt and John, Dowling still has to take care of business because they have a one-game lead in their district. But obviously the playoffs begin next week. They'll be decided tonight as far as who the 16 teams are. Sometime before midnight, they'll announce the 16 teams in all classes. And then later on, Saturday morning, they'll announce the matchups for the first two rounds. That is all important. Again, it comes down to Matt taking care of business for Dowling.
It does. You know, you want to go into the postseason on a good note, and you look for the Maroons to establish themselves offensively, working out some kinks in the first half and making sure the line play is good, because that's one of the things we've struggled with a little bit is the holding penalties and things like that. And so it's important to get that clean start going into that postseason. I'm sure that's what Coach Wilson is going to be looking for from the Maroons.
And John, I'm sure with Dowling, Coach mentioned the penalties, reducing that. That was much better last week against Hoover. But also some of the special teams, especially the punting situation for the Maroons, they've kind of struggled with that. And obviously cleaning up special teams, because obviously the offense is doing its job, defense is doing its job, and sometimes you just got to clean up some of the small things.
Right, and that's what these games are for. And you want to be polished before you go into the next round, or the first round of the playoffs, which start next week. And it's win or go home. So you can't afford to have penalties and miscues when it comes to the playoffs. And, you know, each game, I think Dowling's offensively and defensively have gotten a little better. Holding penalties, have gotten away from that. And it gives a chance your offense to get in rhythm throughout the year, because you're allowed to run a lot of different things that you normally wouldn't run in tight games or different scenarios. And we're able to open up the playbook a little bit the last 4 or 5 weeks.
You're listening and watching the pregame show before tonight's game. Dowling hosting Sioux City North. The Stars from Sioux City North here at Valley Stadium. Final regular season game of the 2018 season. And guys, it was just hard to believe. We were just, not too many weeks away from opening up with the first game of the season. And here we are in week 9. I think the players and coaches probably may not feel like that, Matt, because you've kind of been through that ringer.
Yeah, it goes by so quickly, and to watch the growth of kids. One thing that John said, talked about the special teams play. If there's one thing that has changed a great deal since the start of the season, it has been that special teams play. We thought when we lost the Baumler kid to the shoulder injury that we were going to be hurting in the field goal department and everything else. If you remember those first 3 games, we really struggled in that area, getting the snap, the hold, and everything else. And Drew Peterson has come on and filled in, just done an outstanding job of getting the kicks off, and there's been no loss there. And in fact, I think we're better because they've gotten that consistency in that area, and I think Coach Wilson's going to probably be pretty confident when he gets to the 20-yard line, the 20 to 30-yard line, he's going to be able to kick a field goal.
Yeah, and that's something they haven't seen consistently. The Maroons have made 1 field goal throughout the year, but that is close in close games. And John, something you're looking for tonight, you'll be on the Dowling sidelines. Obviously, it's Parents' Night. Might have a parent or two that we'll be interviewing, but it's a very emotional night. These seniors, as Coach Wilson will talk about here later in the postgame show, these seniors have been together not only 4 years at Dowling, but also starting back where you are at, and that is the Catholic Football League. So these guys have been around together for quite a while.
Well, you bring up a great point. We told our kids at the end of our game on Tuesday is that it goes by so quick, and here we are, week 9 of the season, and it's flown by. I mean, it's crazy how fast your high school career goes, and you don't realize that until after the season's over. And you look back and you're like, wow, that went by quick, and it's hard to watch another senior class go through and go, and then you're always looking forward to next year. So cherish these moments if you're these seniors, and because you always talk about them.
All right. Well, we had a chance to catch up with head coach Tom Wilson. We'll do that here later on this pregame show. Tom talked about not only the seniors, but also tonight's game and last week's win over Hoover. So stay tuned to the pregame show. Mark Hamadale, along with John Chido, who will be on the sidelines tonight, and Matt Mangren, who will be up here with me during the game as we continue our pregame show from Valley Stadium, along with the Central Iowa Sports Network, CISN.TV. You can log on and watch the game, or on Iowa Catholic Radio, 88.5 and 94.5 FM, along with our flagship station, 1150 AM. Back with more after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Great price, great selection, great experience. That's what people expect today. What isn't expected is how hard we work after the sale to keep your business. Hard work, honesty, integrity, discipline, trust, character. These core values are why we grow every year and why we continue to acquire more dealerships. Experience the Schottenkirk way of doing business and come visit our new Ford dealership in Indianola.
be seniors with their parents and families, correct?
That's correct, and it's hard to believe that that's here already, but it is. And honestly, it's as much to honor the parents as it is the kids, but really just a celebration of our football family and those kids being in our program for as long as they've been in it.
Last year, Coach, I looked at the numbers of seniors you had in the team. It was right around 34, 35, and I looked tonight, there's 34 of them walking across, and maybe some of the support staff also, and that's tremendous in a program when you see kids stick it out all 4 years. They could easily, if they're not starting or not playing a lot, they could easily not go off football, and these young men have worked their tails off, the ones we talk about and the ones that aren't in the two deeps.
Well, there's no question, and a lot of times that happens. In this day and age, they want immediate gratification, and these kids have stuck things out. And obviously, not all of them start, but they all contribute, and it's a good group of kids, and it's good to get them recognized.
Well, it certainly is, and we'll go back to last week's win over Des Moines Hoover. You led 39-0. That was at the end of the first quarter. Led 53-0 at halftime and winning 59-0. But I say that your quarterbacks you played, both Zach Waters and Zach Prey, both threw 2 touchdown passes each. You don't see too many senior quarterbacks do that, let alone in one game. That was amazing. And of course, they had some senior wide receivers. And tonight, when you recognize the seniors, you start right there with the leadership that you have with this group.
Oh, we do, and that's really evolved throughout the course of the year. And with both Zach's throwing touchdown passes, Waters has certainly asserted himself as our starter, but I was really pleased with Prey as he came in, and he threw the ball, I believe it was, to Edward Thompson, who got his first touchdown reception. He had a touchdown run, and he's had a lot of catches for us, and the kids give him a hard time about not having a touchdown catch, but he got that last Friday.
Yes, he did, and that was an exciting game over there at Hoover. A lot of fun, and Coach, you look in that game, and yes, the defense got another shutout, and that's their 4th straight shutout. They've had 5 this year, and they're going for another one tonight. But you look at the interceptions they had. They had a pick 6 by Drew Peterson for 10-yard touchdown, and then others stepped up. Jack Schultz, Colton Sanders, and Carson Kriegshauser all had interceptions. And then how about the sack by Daniel that stopped the Hoover drive on down. So the defense once again stepped up, and those that I mentioned, picking 4 passes off in a game is very tough to do.
And that's one of the things that we really talk to our kids about is, obviously our ones have done a tremendous job, and Hoover does have a nice young quarterback and a couple of receivers that we were concerned about, but our ones did a good job, but it's really the other kids that came in. You mentioned Carson Kriegshauser coming in and getting a pick, and Critelli getting a big sack for us, and that is tremendous, and a lot of other kids came in and they've done some nice things, and it's tough to shut people out, let alone putting a lot of kids in the ball game and still being able to get the shutout.
Visit with head coach Tom Wilson before tonight's game, Dowling and Sioux City North here at Valley Stadium on senior night. And coaches, you look back at last week's game, that the lead you got at halftime, you had a lot of kids playing. I know that's number one, especially with the juniors and sophomores that are on the team that don't get a whole lot of playing time due to the lack of JV games. So you got a lot of kids in, that's good. The bad news is Jason Murray has only played a half this year in a lot of games, so his yardage has tapered down, but that's going to help him in the later part of this season when you get to next week and the postseason. His lack of carries will help him stay refreshed, and I'm sure you've got that in mind for him.
There's no question I do, and at the beginning of the year, as I've said a few times, he was carrying it more than I wanted. But a lot of that was circumstances. A lot of it was Tegan Johnson wasn't totally healthy and those types of things, and truthfully, we really hadn't evolved as an offense yet. So, hopefully getting the younger kids some carries, got Tegan more carries, Hochschildt's gotten carries amongst some others, but it's been good, and hopefully Murray stays healthy in the long run.
And Coach, finally in this segment, talk about who graded out pretty well last week. I know we talked about a lot of kids. When you put up 59 points, there's a lot of kids that are grading out well, but some of the ones maybe Matt and I missed during the game that you saw later on film this week.
You know, just off the top of my head, one of the things that we liked is, you know, we had a long yardage situation deep in Hoover's territory, and, you know, we hit Stillwell for the touchdown pass. And, you know, number one, it was great by Waters. He looked off the defensive secondary and then hit Stillwell with a pretty tough pass and fit it in there, and it was a terrific catch by him. Really proud of really that effort. And, you know, defensively, you know, some cornerstones of, I mean, I'm sure you guys talk about Hummel and Ryan Adam, and, you know, Petey only played 2 series in the ball game, and so there was an awful lot of things that we did, and we did very well. I mentioned Critelli coming in. I thought his effort was tremendous in the ball game, and you mentioned the big sack, and that was great to see. And, you know, honestly, the interception by Colton Sanders, one of the better catches I've ever seen. So I'm really proud of him. He's a kid, you know, that you mentioned and referred to that really hasn't ever been a starter for us, but he helps us on special teams. He's a guy that we bring in defensively, have a lot of trust in, and for him to make a play like that was really great to see.
Visit with head coach Tom Wilson before tonight's game, Dowling and Sioux City North here at Valley Stadium, the final regular season game. And up next, we'll talk with Coach Wilson about tonight's opponent, the Sioux City North Stars, and of course, possible playoff implications following tonight's game. We'll talk more about that as the pregame show continues here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Trade-in, trade-up event at Schuttenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to $12,500 off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab LTs. Up to $6,000 off select new 18 Colorado ZR2s. Trade-in, trade-up in Waukee. Up to 19% off. Or choose $500 plus 0% for 72 months on new 19 Chevy Equinox LTs. Over 20% off. Or get $1,000 plus 0% for 72 on new 18 Chevy Trax. Trade-in, trade-up at Schuttenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. Waukee Chevy.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at Mid-American Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively relentless.
And welcome back to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale joined now by head coach Tom Wilson. We're also streaming tonight at the Central Iowa Sports Network. And coach, tonight, final regular season game, take on Sioux City North. It's been a while since Dowling played Sioux City North, but this is the team that comes down, and I know that they haven't had the best of season. They're not going to make the playoffs, but you know, it's a work in progress with their head coach and their coaching staff up there, Mitch Moore in his 3rd year. So what do you expect from Sioux City North? What are some of the things that you're keying on as you conclude the regular season tonight?
Well, really, it's their offense that catches their attention. If you look in 4A stats, you know, I think that we're the number 5 offense in the state of Iowa in 4A, and they're number 6. So, you know, they scored 81 points in one game against TJ, where they got beat 99-81. So, I really like their offense. They've got some skill guys that are dangerous at the receiver spot. Nice running back, quarterback does a nice job, and so they've got some weapons that certainly concern us. Defensively, sometimes in a 3-man front, sometimes in a 4-man front, really have struggled in that regard. But as you mentioned, you know, they're trying to build that program, and I honestly don't know much about Sioux City North other than what I've seen on film. So it'll be a night that we really focus on us to try to improve, and that's really been our focus throughout the course of the week and how we prepare. And you know, we've certainly seen some strides in that regard as our seniors have asserted themselves just to meet those expectations. So it'll be interesting to see how we respond.
And of course tonight, the outright district championship on the line. If you lose, you tie, and they go through the tiebreaker process. But if you win, you're the district champs, and obviously you'll be hosting next week in the first round of the playoffs. And that's very special, especially here tonight, Coach, as you mentioned, on senior night.
Well, it is, and we just want to take care of business and take care of Dowling Catholic football and play to our standard. You know, this team that we're going to play is 2-6, and our kids can read the paper and get online and see stats and things like that. But that hasn't been the focus. We certainly respect them, and as I mentioned, they've got some playmakers on the offensive side. But we want to play to our standard and play well and try to continue to build some momentum as we get into the postseason.
And Coach, the postseason begins obviously next Friday, and that's a week away. Some of your thoughts about that. Where do you think this team is in relationship to getting in the postseason? Obviously, the new formula it's going to be a different type of matchup, and you could see 1 of 4 or 5 teams that you'll be hosting. And as I understand, it'll be next Friday night at Williams Stadium if everything goes well tonight. So talk about some of the thought process you have about possible opponents. I know it'll all be found out tomorrow morning when they have the matchups.
Oh, they will, and we guess each and every year, and every once in a while we get it right. But right now, just the way things look. But there's a lot of things that can happen tonight in ball games. But we're thinking either Cedar Rapids Prairie or Indianola. And as you mentioned, it would be at Williams Stadium there at Des Moines East. So, I like where this team has gone. I think we've made progress. It'll be do or die at that point, and loser goes home. And so I'm looking forward to the challenge. I think we've evolved through the year. Obviously, the 2 losses hurt, but everything is in front of us. So hopefully we've learned from those, and that'll help us in our preparations. And it'll be a tough road to hoe, but one that we're looking forward to trying to make.
Well, Coach, I know we talked about this in the first segment, but that goes back to tonight. A lot of seniors will probably get to play. There's 35 seniors on your club, and a lot of them play, but some of them don't play, and this is an opportunity for them to kind of showcase their talents, their final regular season game. And I know it's very emotional, and you've got to know these kids not only through Dowling, but also through the parochial system. And they probably put maybe 6-7 years into this system, and very emotional night when you're saying goodbye to some of them and moving on with their life. But it's going to be pretty fun coaching them for a final time during the regular season.
No, there's no doubt. We've got good kids, and you're right. They've put a lot into this program, and it's something that we certainly appreciate. We had Coach Bob Nizzi came and talked to our team Sunday evening, and he said it as best as anyone of what all this stands for, and the brotherhood and what it means, and somebody like him that still has the passion for this school and the program, and you just hope some of that rubs off on our kids as they take those next steps in their journey, whatever that may be, because at some point in time this football is going to be gone, and this will be the last regular season game they ever play. And once we're done, they'll never play the game again. And we just want them to look back on it as a special time and really a piece that helped them, in their personal journey through Dowling Catholic High School to make them a better person.
Coach Tom Wilson, thanks for joining us here in the pregame show. Best of luck tonight against Sioux City North on senior night. Hey, have fun, enjoy the game. We'll talk to you during the game.
All right, thank you.
Head Coach Tom Wilson is my guest here on the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Coming up, we'll have Matt Maindring and John Chiddle. They'll rejoin the broadcast. This is Mark Amadale from Valley Stadium. Senior night, Dowling and Sioux City North coming up here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Welcome back to Valley Stadium as we begin week 9 of the high school football season. And right now we have pregame ceremonies going on. We're going to catch it up with some of those ceremonies, including the pregame prayer and the national anthem. So here we go to the field here at Valley Stadium. Sioux City North at Dowling, final regular season game, and we'll go to our pregame prayer.
Officials and fans, help us to appreciate the opportunities you give us that we might be able to give you greater glory. Help us also to keep perspective and to rededicate ourselves to fair play and good sportsmanship. We pray in the name of Jesus our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father,
And our pregame prayer before tonight's game, and we'll go right to our national anthem. It'll be played by the Dowling Marching Band. And our national anthem being performed by the Dowling Marching Band before tonight's game, Sioux City North and Dowling Catholic, final regular season game from Valley Stadium. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline, and down there, well, it's senior night, and we have one of the parents. Matter of fact, we're going to have two of the parents of Dowling seniors. We're going to start on the field with John Chido, our sideline reporter, and our Shields sideline reports tonight. And John, you got a fellow coach that coaches with you at the 8th grade level, Mr. Rod Hagan, but he also has a son that plays for Dowling. Take it away, Johnny.
Well, Coach and Rod, I've known Rod for a long time and had the opportunity to coach his young son Carson ever since he was in preschool, and coach with Rod for the last 10 years, and it's been a great run. And watching his son Greg play as a senior has been awesome as well. But Rod, it's senior night. It's Greg's last home game. Your thoughts and kind of give us your time travel through the years with your son and where he's at today and how you feel being the last home game.
It's definitely an emotional night to see him play his last home game here at Dowling. Started with him playing flag football and moved up through the CFL with him, and been in a great program with Dowling throughout the years, and he's accomplished it 100% on his own and put in the work and dedication it takes, and they've got a great coaching staff and program here at Dowling to make all these kids very successful.
Mark, do you have anything?
Well, I sure do, John. And Rod, and I know you can hear me down there, but you got to be proud of that young man, but also the seniors that walked across the field with him. I think there was 33 that walked across the field with you and the rest of the parents. I know it's an emotional night for you, and I know you married up. You married into the Summey family, so you've got that to deal with. But congratulations, Rod. I know you've got to be very proud tonight with how your son's played. Greg's had a tremendous career.
Well, thank you for the kind words, and yeah, he really has, and it's been a great ride here at Dowling, and a couple more young ones to come through here and continue the tradition, and hopefully win a few more state championships.
And congratulations to you and that sideline guy down there, Mr. Chido, undefeated at the 8th grade coaches. You guys do a great job, and I know you got a couple other coaches. Johnny, who are the other two coaches I'm missing here besides Coach Flood?
Well, actually, there's three. So you have Coach Flood. Well, yeah, you're right. Coach Flood, and Charlie Schumacher, and then Kyle Hansen. And this has been a great year, great group of guys to be around. Like I said, I've been around Rod for the last 10, 12 years, and it's been awesome. And it's not only fun watching his son play here, but actually coaching with him as well. You learn a lot from the knowledge that Rod has had.
All right. Rod, thanks for taking the time. Get back up here and cheer for the Maroons.
All right, thanks. Go Maroons.
All right. Rod Hagan and John Chido from the field. Now we're going to bring it back up to the press box. We got another Dowling parent up here, and Belle Chase is joining us. Hi, Belle. And you've been part of Iowa Catholic Radio. We had the big Carathon this week, but your son Jesse Alger's down there, and you were introduced with him. That had to be a pretty special moment for you.
Very special, and the reason why I'm here tonight, I'm the development director of Iowa Catholic Radio, and I just want to remind our listeners who enjoyed the pregame show and who are listening right now to, that we are in our fall Carathon, our largest fundraiser, and if you're listening right now, just take the time right there on your phone and go to iowacatholicradio.com and hit the donate now, and we depend on supporters like you so we can bring you programs like this.
I started off last night during John Leonetti's deal last night going to the coaches show. I put my pledge in. Others should too. How can they do that, Belle?
Again, they can call 223-1150, or they can go to iowacatholicradio.com and donate online, and you can do that from your handheld device. Right now, there's no sense in waiting.
There you go, Mr. Maynard. Just simple as that. He's got his handheld device.
I got to get on here right now.
There you go. Walk right through it, just a few seconds, and you can make your donation now.
All right, Belle, thank you so much for all the work the people behind the scenes did at Iowa Catholic Radio. Yeah, we bring you Dowling football. 42nd straight year we've done that, but we also have so many other programs, and we want to thank you and all the people behind the scenes that helped us, and our listeners out there who have donated.
Yes, thank you. And, we enjoy supporting the parishes and the schools in our diocesan community and help us to support them.
All right, well, you're going to have fun tonight, rooting
Absolutely.
Jesse on?
Go 79.
79.
Go.
And 19.
And the right tackle. And 19, that's
and
right.
Dominic Marasco and Jesse, yep.
All right, well, Belle, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And appreciate it. Best of luck tonight. We hope we have a healthy game and a fun game.
Absolutely.
All right.
Have a good night.
We're just about set for kickoff. We'll take a break and come back with the kickoff. Dowling and Sioux City North here on Iowa Catholic Radio. But first, our pregame prayer from Father Zach Kotsky and a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School.
Ty Thompson from his 6-yard line. First and 10 Maroons from the Maroon 32. Tyrell Blakely on the stop. Jason Murray, the ball carrier. Quentin Ferris on the stop. Ball to the 42. Second and less than a yard.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium as we're underway as Dowling and Sioux City North here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Hamadale, Matt Maynring, and Dowling with the football. They took the opening kickoff. Here's a handoff to Jason Murray, and from the Dowling 41-yard line, Murray carries into Sioux City North territory at the Stars 48-yard line there, Matt.
Yeah, it looks like we run Jason Murray one time in each direction, and we got held up there a little bit by a Sioux City North player going out, number 70, Isaac Jolin. And now we're on the left hash, and we're going to see if we go back the other way now.
All right, back to throw is quarterback Zach Waters. Fires out, caught by Ty Thompson, trying to get outside the numbers now, kind of going back and forth, puts his head down and moves the ball forward across the 45 of Sioux City North, down to the 42-yard line.
Edwards spent a lot of time behind those blocks there trying to get his way out of it, and ended up with a positive gain. I was getting a little nervous there. He was doing too much dancing and not enough getting vertical upfield. And the Dowling offense is working in fast fashion here.
All right, Maroons in hurry-up mode out of the pistol. Handoff Murray, right side, follows his blockers, breaks a tackle inside the 35, first down. And he's finally hauled down about the 32-yard line of Sioux City North. That's good enough for a Dowling first down.
Yeah, you had Levi Hummel leading the way there from that fullback position, making way through that line on the right side in between Alger and Ryan up front.
All right, here is Murray again out of the pistol formation. He may go. He breaks inside the 20, and he's finally wrestled down. He's got the first down from the Sioux City North 32 down to the North 20-yard line to pick up a 12.
I believe we have a flag on the play. Can't I think they're right at the snap, yes. It's going to be on the Maroons.
They're going to call holding against Dowling. That'll move the ball back. Our official tonight, Michael Hansen from Newton. He's also the mayor of Newton. Welcome, Michael, and his crew of Todd Waddell, Ronnie Weedman, Ben Meyer, and Craig DeDecker, and Tony Nelson.
I don't think it was holding. I think it was just a 5-yard illegal motion because it was at the snap, and so it's 1st and 15.
And you're right. They did. It's a procedure call, so that moves them all. Ball back to the 37-yard line, loss of 5 for Dowling. Back to throw Waters, rolls to his left. Dowling quarterback fires downfield, passes just overthrown and too far in front of Ty Thompson at the 13-yard line, Matt.
Yeah, nice effort there by Thompson to try and get that pass. Waters just put a little too much air under it. I got caught back here watching Greg Hagan block a guy 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He almost put him in the opposite end zone during that to protect Waters there.
Only if you let him. All right, 2nd down and 15 for the Maroons. Ball is at the 37-yard line of Sioux City North. Opening possession for the Maroons. There's a little swing pass to the near side, caught by Jason Murray, and gets outside the numbers and puts his head down and finally tackled at the 30-yard line to pick up a 7. And that'll bring up 3rd and about 8 for the Maroons.
Good number, Devontae Cobbs, an integral player there for the North Stars, making the stop there and on the edge. And Jason does just a good job when he gets on that sideline, creating space for himself.
All right, the Maroons with 3 receivers to the right, and now we got a penalty flag down. That'll get us a chance to set the offense. Matt, you pick up the penalty here. But for Dowling, the offensive line is Charlie Nank, Alex Curtin, Greg Hagan, who we talked to his father before the game, and Joe Ryan at right guard and Jesse Alger at right tackle. Tight end is Andrew Lynch. Wide receivers are Edward Thompson and Colin Cook, along with Jack Lyman and Matt Stillwell. Fullback is Levi Hummel. Tailback is Jason Murray, and the quarterback is Zach Waters. That's the Dowling offensive starters. And penalty flag moves the ball down to the 25-yard line for Dowling. Penalty, a little toss play left side, and that is to Murray. Tries to get outside a tackle. And nice job. A little shoestring grab by the defender for Sioux City North. He wraps him up at about the 23-yard line for a pickup of 2. Nice job by the Sioux City North defensive back who came up on that, Matt.
Yeah, he had Hunter Kromenhoek there on the shoestring tackle and really did a good job of hanging on to Jason. Jason has a tendency to get out of those plays sometimes, and the number 2, Hunter, did a nice job of making the stop there, but we did get enough for the 1st down.
So it's 1st and 10 Maroons. Dowling now will throw a pass right side. It's caught, and outside the numbers is a receiver. I think that's Ty Thompson over there.
It is.
And it is. He got outside the numbers and driven down right about the 13-yard line of Sioux City North, and that'll be good enough for a 1st down.
Good block out there for the Maroons. Looked like it was I couldn't pick up the number out there, number 11, if that is it's not Jack. So I couldn't see the number out there.
All right, handoff goes to Murray from the 12-yard line. Murray now bounces outside, and he may score. He's got foot race to the end zone, near the near pylon. Touchdown, Jason Murray. 12-yard run, and Matt, he was blocked right at the right guard, right tackle area, and he just found a way to slither out of that and bounced outside and hit the near pylon for a touchdown.
What's fun about that play and what's going to make the highlight reel for that play is Zach Waters came out and made the key block to spring him to the side. You're right. Jason got stuffed up in the middle there, and Zach hands the ball off and then leads him around the left edge and makes a block on the outside linebacker and springs Jason for the touchdown.
And Drew Peterson for the extra point. The ball's down, the kick is up and good. And Dowling now leads 7-0 over Sioux City North. So the Maroons take the opening possession of the ball game and drive down for a score. We'll be back after this 1-minute break. Dowling 7, Sioux City North nothing on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
This your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all, everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Great price, great selection, great experience. That's what people expect today. What isn't expected is how hard we work after the sale to keep your business. Hard work, honesty, integrity, discipline, trust, character. These core values are why we grow every year and why we continue to.
Devontae Cobbs back deep.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium. Dowling leading 7-0 after Jason Murray, a 12-yard run for a touchdown and an 8-play, 59-yard drive for Dowling, their first offensive series of the night. Let's go down to our Shields sideline reporter, and that is John Chido. John, give us an update.
Well, that was all Jason Murray on that first drive. Was at about 10 plays, 70 yards, capped off by a Jason Murray touchdown. And I talked to some of the Dowling coaching staff before the game. They want to establish the running game early, and they really did that with a lot of Jason Murray on that first series.
Well, they certainly did, and there was no doubt about that. As Sioux City North now with their first offensive possession of the evening. 9:13 remaining here in the first quarter. Dowling with a 7-0 lead, and Sioux City North a first down at the 35 at their own 35-yard line after the kickoff by Dowling went out of bounds. Now quarterback Hagan back to throw. And he throws a double pass going, and it is caught. And getting away from the receiver is Dante Hansen. Down the far sideline he goes. Touchdown as he out-jumped the Dowling secondary on the halfback pass. A lateral pass from Hagan. And touchdown Sioux City North, and they're 1 point away from tying the ball game here early in the first quarter, Matt.
That was so much for the shutout. And so we can put that to rest.
There you go.
Put that to rest. The Maroons came up on that play and made it difficult for him to get the pass off. The kid did an outstanding job. I didn't pick the number up on the kid that threw the ball, but it was an outstanding pass, and our kid got open, or their kid got open. The Sioux City North kid and the defensive back stumbled a little bit, and there he is.
Well, this is a team that put up 90 or 80 points early in the year, and now the 2-point conversion is no good as quarterback threw into the end zone, and it was incomplete. So Dowling leads 7-6. We'll take a 1-minute break and return. 8:58 remaining here in the first quarter, and we'll be back with more here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50.
Okay, ladies, it's October, and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring, and Sioux City North takes their first possession on the offensive end, and they go one play, 65 yards, a 65-yard touchdown pass to Dante Hansen on a halfback pass. The extra point no good. Dowling leads 7-6. And Matt, what a way to start the ball game. And you're right, so much for the shutout.
You know, when you score 81 points in a ball game like they have, I think we're going to see some interesting things on offense. They got nothing to lose. They're going to pull everything out. They're not going to qualify for the playoffs. We're going to see a lot of things tonight.
All right, 8:52 remaining. I'll hand off for Dowling. First down carry for Jason Murray from his own 44-yard line. He breaks a tackle, gets outside the numbers, and he might go. Makes a cut inside the 20, still on his feet. 10-5 touchdown, a la Jason Murray. And he runs it in from 56 yards, and a little bit of angle that he had, Matt. He avoided tackles several times along the way while he waited for his blockers. Then it was all Jason.
It was all Jason. He shook a couple guys early down that right side, and then Devontae Cobbs had a chance at him and had a little bit of jersey at about the 15-yard line, and Jason pulled through it, and I believe it was Greg Hagan came up and finished that guy off, and Jason runs into the end zone.
Extra point by Drew Peterson. The ball is down. The kick is up and good. So Dowling with the lead, 14-6 over Sioux City North. We have 8 minutes, 38 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Back to Valley Stadium after this 1-minute break on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Great price, great selection, great experience. That's what people expect today. What isn't expected is how hard we work after the sale to keep your business. Hard work, honesty, integrity, discipline, trust, character. These core values are why we grow every year and why we continue to acquire more dealerships. Experience the Schottenkirk way of doing business and come visit our new Ford dealership in Indianola.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Mark Amadale along with Matt Mainring. And Dowling now kicking off, and they're going to be guilty of the offside penalty. Let's go down to John Chido on our Shields sideline report. Johnny?
Well, the number 19 threw the halfback pass for Sioux City North, and then Jason Murray, first play from scrimmage on power play to the right side, and it was led by Jesse Alger, Greg Hagan, Ryan Bowles, and Alex Curtin pulling up the hole and went one play into the end zone for a touchdown.
All right, that was number 19, Cale Connor, the senior, who also does kickoff returns for Sioux City North. He's the one that threw the ball to Dante Hansen from 65 yards out. So Maroons will kick off again. Maroons guilty of offside penalty. Peterson now a squib kick. It's fielded by the upback at the 30-yard line for Sioux City North, and he's hit and dropped right where he caught the football. So Sioux City North will start their 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. On the return was Oscar Little, whose brother Johnny is also on the team. Got a couple brother combinations on the Sioux City North team, but his brother Johnny injured tonight. And Matt, the Maroons kicking off again and being penalized on the kickoff for offside, and Stars will start the 32-yard line.
Talk about trying to clean things up. That kickoff wasn't one of them right there, and so now we end up squibbing it and put the Sioux City North team with good field position.
And they go right to the ground game, and the handoff goes to their running back. And that's and Devontae Cobb's the ball carrier, as they didn't go right to the air right away.
No, yeah, they rotate a lot of guys through that backfield.
All right, the quarterback is Matt Hagan, and hands it off to his tailback, and I believe that back there that time was Hunter Cromenhawk, and he gets back to the 30-yard line for no gain, so we'll bring up 3rd and 12 for the Stars.
Jack Keogh on the stop there for the Maroons on that play.
So Matt Hagan, his brother is also on the team, Jacob Hagan, a freshman, 6'3" wide receiver, wears number 87. Matt, the quarterback, the senior for Sioux City North. Long count, 5 seconds on the play clock. Here's the snap, and the give is to the tailback, and he's hit and dropped right at the original line of scrimmage for a gain of 2, and that's Hunter Cromenhawk with the 2-yard gain. Will bring up 4th down.
Connor Kriegshauser there for the Maroons and making the stop from his left defensive end position and making sure that Cromenhawk doesn't get any more yards, and we create a quick punt situation and get the ball back with very little time off the clock.
We're going to see Ty Thompson and Matt Stillwell back deep for Dowling. So twin safeties for the Maroons standing at the 30-yard line.
We've only seen this a couple times this year where we've had 2 guys deep.
What do you think causes that, Coach? Scouting and maybe the sporadic punter that they're going to face tonight?
I think it's more of giving teams that are scouting us something to look at. And I think it's more window dressing than it is strategic.
Well, the punter is Matt Hagan, the quarterback for Sioux City North, and he gets off a nice punt. Fair catch signal for by the Maroons, and that is Stillwell. And the Maroons will have it 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line with 6:35 remaining here in the first quarter. It's Dowling 14, Sioux City North 6. Mark Amadale, Matt Mainring here in the press box on senior night. Dowling seniors were introduced with their parents before the game. Let's go down to the Dowling sidelines and our Shields sideline reporter, and that is John Chido. Johnny?
Well, better series for the Dowling defense on that, forcing Sioux City North to go 3 and out and punt the football. So Dowling will start 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line, Mark.
And they certainly will. And the Maroons offense, they'll work out of the pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left, one to the right, and now a little jet sweep action. Handoff goes to Murray, and Jason had no room to cut up field. He runs right into the Dowling sideline. And
I believe that's Thompson. I think Murray's out this series. It looked like that we had Tegan Johnson in the backfield there.
That is Thompson. You're right, Matt, and he couldn't turn the corner. They're going to spot him back to 30. A loss of 3
on the play. Yeah.
So it'll be 2nd and 13 for Dowling as Thompson loses 3 yards. And in the backfield is Tegan Johnson for the Maroons. So you're exactly right, as Dowling moving their personnel around. Tegan Johnson, number 31 in the backfield for Dowling. Here's a snap by Waters, play action fake to the tailback, and he fires out in field. Caught by Ty Thompson right at the first down marker, but it'd be shy about a yard.
The ball was a little bit overthrown for Thompson, and he goes up and makes a great catch on the play. Zach really laid it out there for him. Great pocket there by the offensive line. Waters had a lot of time to sit there. That was a long developing route, and Zach had a lot of time to sit there and pick out Thompson and make a play. Unfortunately for Thompson, a little stumble and couldn't hold his feet to get the first down.
3rd and 1 for the Maroons. The pass was for 12 yards from Waters to Thompson. And now the handoff to Tegan Johnson. He's going to go for a touchdown. I'll tell you what, right up the gut he goes. Tegan Johnson from 40 or 58 yards scores for the Maroons. And I'll tell you what, the sea parted. Even you and I could have ran through that, Matt. It was such a big hole.
They might have caught us.
No, well.
Yeah, maybe. There was a great hole there. Curtin and Nank opened things up. Sioux City North sold out. They were looking at 3rd and 1. They were looking at 3rd and 1 there, and they brought up a blitz in the A gaps, and then everybody got picked up, and there was no one there to chase down Tegan.
Stillwell will hold, and Drew Peterson for the extra point. Ball down, kick is up, and good. So the Maroons extend their lead 21-6 over Sioux City North. 6 minutes and 12 seconds remaining here in the first quarter from Valley Stadium on senior night. We'll be back after these messages on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Trade-in, trade-up event at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to $12,500 off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab LTs. Up to $6,000 off select new 18 Colorado ZR2s. Trade-in, trade-up in Waukee. Up to 19% off, or choose $500 plus 0% for 72 months on new 19 Chevy Equinox LTs. Over 20% off, or get $1,000 plus 0% for 72 on new 18 Chevy Trax. Trade-in, trade-up at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring. Dowling leading 21-6 here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline. That is where John Chido is at. The Maroons go 3 plays, 67 yards, and Tegan Johnson, John, for a 58-yard run.
Yeah, Mark, I mean, he was untouched, and Coach made a great point that Sioux City North sold out in double A gap blitz there, but Drew Snedeker also set the edge there, and then it was Keegan all the way down, or race the end zone untouched. It's a nice run by Keegan.
Yeah, it certainly was. And now the ball is intercepted on first down, and that is Jack Keel, and he's going to return it for the touchdown. Keel on a 35-yard interception return. Another pick six for the Maroons. Last week, Drew Peterson. Tonight, it was Jack Keel.
The interception was set up, by the reach of Filer was in there at the left defensive end on that series, and the quarterback had to adjust. Oh, they're going to call a hold on Dowling. Must be on the return.
We'll see if we can pick up the referee. The hold is the flag is at the 22-yard line of Sioux City North, and they're going to bring the Dowling offense out. So this is all going to come back.
Well, it was on the return, so the change of possession happened, so we still will retain possession of the ball. Connor Kriegshauser, we talked about him last week with that reach that he has on the edge, and I thought it was Filer out there, but it was Connor, and the quarterback had to throw up over him, doesn't see Jack Keogh there in coverage, and Jack comes up, picks it off, and away we go.
6 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. They do throw a penalty flag against Dowling at the 20-yard line. They'll move the ball back to the 32 of Sioux City North. So the Dowling offense out there, 1st and 10 at the Sioux City North 32-yard line as the Dowling offense gets out there. Maroons lead it 21-6 as Jack Keel's 35-yard interception return has been wiped out. And now Zach Waters out of the shotgun formation, back to throw, throws left, fires the ball out, and it's caught. Nice catch that time by Colin Cook, and he gets outside the numbers, the left side of the formation, down the near sideline, and he's dropped at the 25-yard line to pick up a 7.
Nice pitch and catch there from Waters out to Cook, and the blocking out on that left edge there was outstanding from the receivers. And Colin takes that ball down, makes a nice run, and picks up the 7 yards.
Maroons puts Tegan Johnson in. He'll play fullback. Jason Murray back in at tailback. He lines up right behind quarterback Zach Waters. Here's a snap and read option. Waters back to throw, throws towards the end zone. He's got a man open. Caught, touchdown. Touchdown Dowling, and a nice job that time by the Maroons. Jack Lyman gets loose in the secondary and scores from 25 yards out.
The run establishes the pass in this case. There was a great play action by Zach Waters there. He sold the run well. The running back sold the run well, and that held that defensive back for a step and allowed Lyman to run right by him.
Ineligible man downfield. This has been wiped out, as the Maroons guilty of having a lineman downfield or somebody that was ineligible. It could be someone else. So this will wipe that out, and the touchdown's off the board. So back-to-back touchdowns off the board for Dowling.
That's a tough penalty. That ball was released so quickly. I mean, there was a play action on that play, but the ball was released in time. It was tough to see that someone would be downfield that quick.
All right, the Maroons will take over from the Sioux City North 30-yard line as they bring it back. And now penalty flags down as they snap the ball, and it'll be procedure against Dowling, says our referee, who is Michael Hansen. Appreciate the work they do. Todd Waddell, Ronnie Weedman, Ben Meyer, and Craig DeDecker. And, of course, their 6th man is up here, Tony Nelson. He's got a calf injury, and he is kind of evaluating them. And how about these guys? You got to have our officials. Yeah, they called the penalty against Dowling, but the Maroons have just got to move forward. It's 2nd and 13, and back to throw is Waters, fires the ball out and wide open with the catch, and that's Colin Cook. Dances along the far sideline, and he's out of bounds, and he picked up the first down after the play.
Good block out there on the edge again, and allowed Colin to get the first down. And after all of that series of penalties, we were able to get that first down back and keep this drive moving.
14-yard reception that time by Colin Cook from quarterback Zach Waters. And it's 1st and 10, Dowling at the Sioux City North 21-yard line. The score is 21-6 after Maroons have had 2 touchdowns called back. Out of the shotgun formation, here is Waters. Read option to give us to Jason Murray. Up the gut he goes. He's got 5 yards, 10 inside the 10, and bowls his way inside the 5. 1st and goal, Dowling at the 4 of Sioux City North. A 17-yard run by Jason Murray.
17-yard run was just outstanding there by Jason. Just does a good job. Trenton Frericks for North was the one that finally finished that run. Jason just did a nice job dancing behind his line as he went right up the middle.
1st and goal, Maroons from the 4-yard line. Read option, and now Waters will fake it to Murray, and he'll go in standing up. Touchdown, Zach Waters on the read option. Followed his left guard and tackle in. And is there any yellow flags down, Matt? Because this will be the 3rd touchdown. And do we dare say it's going to count?
There is no laundry on the field.
The PAT unit,
is
extra
out
point
there.
Team is out there.
Yes.
Touchdown Dowling, I can
safe.
say it.
Yes.
And it was quarterback Zach Waters on senior night running it in from 4 yards out. Extra point now by Drew Peterson. The hold by Stillwell, and Matt puts it down. Ball is up, and Drew kicks it through. So it's 28-6 Dowling over Sioux City North. With 4:50 remaining here in the first quarter. We'll take a break and come back. Hold that thought here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
There's no doubt about it. Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium on the kickoff return by Sioux City North. Hunter Cromanhawk on the return and tackled by Dowling's Ashton Brown. And Sioux City North will have a first down from their own 25-yard line. Let's go down to our Shield sideline reporter for an update on that 4-play, 32-yard drive by Dowling, capped off by Waters' touchdown, John Chido.
Well, Mark, can you help me find a stat the last time we scored 3 times in the same drive on only 4 plays?
I'll have to get back to you on that. I'll get back to you. Thanks. All right. First down, and here's a pass that's incomplete as quarterback Hagan couldn't hook up with his receiver, and I believe that was Devontae Cobbs. But
yeah.
John Chido, I don't have an answer for you other than the Maroons scored finally. That's the 3rd time they scored in that drive, and what a march it was after the interception by Jack Keel.
Yeah, the running game has been great. The holes are big, and the running lanes have been opened up well by the offensive line, and our backs are hitting the holes. It's just if we can limit some of these penalties. And it's tough with these RPOs when you have play action. But like Coach said, that ball was out of Zach's hands pretty quick for that. So that was a tough break. But fortunately, Dowling was able to get back in the end zone.
And it looks like we got a penalty now by Sioux City North. They're going to back the Stars up a few yards here, Matt.
You know, and one of the things I thought looking at the Sioux City North team was their defensive front. They've got some big kids up front. And our running game we've been able to handle them up front offensively to this point, obviously.
So the penalty backs the Stars up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 15. And now the read option. Hagan will hand it off, and he gives it to his tailback, and that is Hunter Cromanhawk, and maybe a yard up to the 21-yard line. Keep in mind that Sioux City North with the Hagan family. I'm not quite sure. I should have asked Rod if they were related to the Sioux City North, the Dowling Hagans and the Sioux City North Hagans. But our sideline guy, Mr. Chido, might be able to get a text off to Mr. Hagan on that one. But
we had Jack Keogh and Chris Owsley on the stop there for the Maroons as they begin to tighten up again defensively against Sioux City North.
So it's 3rd and 14 for North. Hagan back to throw. He's hit as he throws. The ball is overthrown and out of bounds, incomplete right at the Dowling sideline. And Hagan took a shot, and this is Sioux City North's Matt Hagan, the senior quarterback. He took a lick after he unleashed it.
Yes, he did. Number 46, Max Bay, is the one that just came basically untouched from his right side and got a lick in there on Hagan, the quarterback.
All right, bring up 4th down. Hagan will stay in, and he'll be doing the punting for Sioux City North. The quarterback stays in for the Stars. He'll stand back at inside his 10-yard line and back deep for Dowling. Well, now Maroons are in single safety, and that's Stillwell. Here's the punt. It's a short, high kick, and it's fielded by Stillwell at the 45 of Dowling. Hops the tackle, and he finally tripped up. And penalty flags down, and so is Stillwell at the 45 of Sioux City North. So a 10-yard return, but penalties may be involved here.
Yeah, we got 2 flags down, so they're pretty definite. They're pretty sure of this call here. I'm going to assume it's a holding
and we'll
penalty
see
on the return there, as it usually is on a punt return when you change directions. And as Matt Stillwell did, a good run by him is going to be negated by the hold.
And we'll get the call, and they are going to mark it off against Dowling. Let's go back down to the sideline, and that is our Shields sideline reporter, John Chido. And Johnny, give us an update on the Dowling sideline.
Well, you know, after that touchdown by Sioux City North, I want to go back to that. The Dowling sideline got fired up real quick, as you could tell, and they came out and scored with 1 play as well, and then it's been an offensive juggernaut since. So let's see what Dowling can do on this drive.
All right, 1st and 10 Maroons, the ball on their own 36-yard line, and the give is to – is that Tegan Johnson in there? And he drags tacklers inside from the Dowling 36 all the way down to the North, Sioux City North 44-yard line. And, yeah, that's Tegan Johnson. He already scored a touchdown tonight, Matt, and he's working on another.
He is working on another big hole there. Number 11, Trenton Ferriggs, playing the free safety position for the Sioux City North, makes the tackle. And as a coach, you know when your safety is making most of your tackles, things are not going well.
That's right. 20-yard run for Tegan Johnson. 1st down Dowling. Now Waters back to throw play action. Fires the ball downfield. The pass is caught. That's Ty Thompson inside the 35. Makes a move and angling out of bounds and got the 1st down. Right about the Sioux City North 30, inside the 30 at the 26-yard line, 27-yard line, the officials say. So a nice reception that time and about a 17-yard gain.
The run setting up the pass again there. We had bootleg action there from Waters rolling out to his right side after the fake to the left, and they left Thompson basically uncovered out into the right flats, and then they make the connection, and it's a big play for the Maroons.
First and 10, Dowling from the 27-yard line of Sioux City North. The handoff to Tegan Johnson. Right up the gut he goes, over center, and he's down at the 20-yard line before he's tackled there by the North defense.
Devontae Cobbs for Sioux City North comes in and makes the stop there on Tegan Johnson. Tegan running hard. He's running hard there between the tackles. And Curtin, Hagan, and Ryan over that center part of the field there are really making space there for the young men to run behind them.
All right, Dowling with the tight end in the ball game. Receiver on each side of the formation. Handoff right up the gut, Tegan Johnson. And he's hit and he's dropped. After picking up the first down, driven down at the 12-yard line, a pickup of 8. And it'll be a Dowling first down.
The Maroons have identified that North is relying on their big guys. And against most teams, that big front they have may be able to sustain and stop that run up front. But against the size of our offensive line, they can't sit there and do that. And they're widening out their linebackers, which is leaving nobody home over the middle.
Dowling in the Bozeman Florist red zone, 5-1-5-2-4-4 rows, and now play action. The give is to Tegan Johnson, and he's finally brought down as Waters did a nice job of following through with the fake pass. But Tegan gets down about the 6-yard line for a gain of 6.
That time Devontae Cobbs came off the left edge for the Sioux City North Stars and makes the play from behind. If you're going to run those guys from the edge, that's what you have to do. You have to be able to chase that thing down from behind, and that time Sioux City North was able to do that.
Minute 50 remaining in the first quarter. It's Dowling 28, Sioux City North 6. Runs out of the pistol formation, and the give is to Tegan Johnson, and he's hit from behind right at the 2-yard line. We might get a horse collar tackle here by the defender for North, and that is Hunter Cromenhawk. As Johnson goes down at the 2, gain of 4, and they may move this another yard, half the distance on the horse collar tackle by Cromenhawk.
That's what I think they're going to call as well. He kind of threw him down, and you can't grab that inside there and grab that and get that that horse collar and drag the kid down. So that's a good call by the officials. And now,
face mask they're saying.
Oh, it was a face mask.
Yeah. And
it's
actually now 14-0.
14-0. Waukee over Johnston.
Waukee leading Johnson. Is that or Johnson leading Waukee? Okay, Johnson leads Waukee 14-0.
Sometimes you can't trust the internet for everything.
Yeah, that's true.
I got this 7-0.
Pistol formation from the Maroons. First and goal, Dowling. They'll send Tegan Johnson in motion. Waters with it. Fakes the pass, and he'll walk into the end zone, touchdown. Zach Waters from 1 yard out after the penalty, and the Maroons tack on another score. They lead it 34-0. I got to respond to some people texting me tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network, and some guy named you see that that is your sophomore coach's dad who's sitting at home in his recliner on the south side. Bobby C. will call him. He said that Cole, yeah. Yeah, that hole could have opened up like the Red Sea, and I still couldn't get through it. Thank you, Mr. C, for noticing that. I'll let you remain half anonymous. Good Lord. So Waters with the touchdown. The extra point is good. 35-0 Dowling, or 35-6 Dowling over Sioux City North. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Okay, ladies, it's October, and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium. A minute 25 remaining in the first quarter. Yes, first quarter. Dowling with the lead 35-6 over Sioux City North. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline. Our Shield sideline reporter, and that is John Chido. Johnny?
Mark, I still think you could have got through that hole. But
Yeah,
the offensive line has done a tremendous job tonight.
You know who's on his recliner watching and listening to the game. He doesn't think so.
Well, you know.
I'll deal with him later.
This is football, though.
Yeah, it is. Thanks, John. Our first down, Sioux City North at their own 16-yard line with a minute 25 remaining. 35-6 here, Matt Maindring. Hard to believe the Maroons with the lead. They led 39-0 last week at Hoover, I believe. Yeah, 39-0 at Hoover.
Yeah.
Here it's 39-6 or 35-6 Dowling.
Yeah, the Maroons have been showing things on offense. Let us not forget that this is a team that gave up 99 points in one football game as well.
City North did. Week 2 of the season, and they scored 80.
They did score 81.
81 points, yeah, 99-81. All right, Hagan, the quarterback for Sioux City North, keeps the football from his own 16-yard line. I don't know if he's running the option or just trying to go over left tackle, and he's hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
You know, one of the things that we're seeing right now, though, it's different than last week, was Hoover was throwing the ball all the time, which continually stopped the clock. And Sioux City North is at least putting the ball on the ground some, and so it keeps the clock running to not give the ball right back to the Maroons all the time without taking any time off the clock.
Second down and 10 for Sioux City North.
The Maroons back here on defense getting things in here and showing a little pressure here right now, showing a little blitz up here, and they are bringing guys.
They certainly are, and then the handoff goes to the tailback, and that is Devontae Cobbs with it. They've been rotating tailbacks as Sioux City North, and he carries up to about the 17 for a gain of 1.
Hummel makes a stop there for the Maroons, and the defense is really tightening up here now, and we haven't had a first down. Well, Sioux City North doesn't have a first down yet.
Except for the touchdown.
Yeah, except for the touchdown, which I don't believe do they get a first down?
Yes, they do.
For that?
Visually goes down. But I'm looking through my plays. She back to throw is Hagan.
Intercepted.
Fires over the middle. It's intercepted by Dowling at right around the 25-yard line.
Levi Hummel.
And Hummel comes up with it. We just saw his brother up here.
His brother was just standing back here. He was getting a lot of playing time for Iowa State, by the way. You're starting to see number 35, Jake Hummel, is getting some playing time out there for the Cyclones, who have really turned things around here over the last couple of weeks. And right now, Levi turns things around here for the Maroons and gets the ball back to the offense here and with 8.4 seconds left in the first quarter.
So Hummel comes up with the interception. That's the second one tonight for the Maroons. First and 10 Dowling from the Sioux City North 25-yard line with 8.5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And Dowling remains with Waters in at quarterback. Handoff goes to Murray, and he goes around the right side. Penalty flag down back at the line of scrimmage. And Murray scores from 25 yards out, but this one will be called back, and it's holding on Dowling.
Coach Wilson is going to, as the coaching staff is going to just shake their head every time. These are the things that cannot happen as we continue on after this week. They come in the most opportune times, and that's the fourth touchdown we've had called back
it certainly
in this
is.
quarter.
Yes, it was in this quarter, yes. And 2 on 1 drive, and now they initiate the holding call.
And then the interception return. I mean, so it's been a struggle up there, and we're going to get one more snap, so we still may score yet in this quarter.
Yeah. 1.7 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, and Maroons will have one more snap, as you mentioned. They'll move the ball back to the Sioux City North 36-yard line on the holding call. And here is Waters back to throw, looks left, fires left. The pass is caught, and not quite a first down as the receiver is finally swallowed up, and that's Connor Eibach with the catch and a quick slant to the 20-yard line to pick up a 16, and that'll end the first quarter of play with Eibach's catch. The score, Dowling 35, Sioux City North 6. And back after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium as we're underway here in the second quarter. The Sioux City North now offense taking the field. Dowling defending the north end zone here in the second quarter, and Sioux City North defending the south end zone. The Maroons lead at 35-6 at the end of one quarter of play. Let's get you updated on some other scores. It was Johnson leading 21-0 over Waukee tonight. That's in Waukee, and that's in the first half. Centennial leading 33-0 in their game tonight, and Valley leading Des Moines North 28-0. So lots of scores going on, and Johnson leading Waukee 21-0. And here's Dowling with a first down handoff, and that is to Jason Murray, and he just plows right through. Gets inside the 20, all the way down inside the 10-yard line. They said his knee went down at the 9, or at the 8, excuse me.
Trenton Frericks, the other young man playing that free safety position now for Sioux City North, makes the play on Jason.
All right, they give it to Murray. Right up the gut he goes. He's hit by the safety, dives towards the end zone. Touchdown! All Jason Murray after he was hit by the safety at about the 3-yard line. Bowls his way in from 8 yards out for his third touchdown of the night.
Jesse Alger was blocking a Sioux City North lineman out here by the 1-0 on the side. We talk about our offensive line and how good they are. The thing that separates them from other offensive lines is the fact that they maintain those blocks until the whistle. And Alger's blocking this young man 10 yards downfield, 41, the opposite way.
Yeah, 41-6 is our score. Dowling with the lead over Sioux City North. Extra point by Drew Peterson. The ball down, kick up, and good. So our score is now 42-6. With 11:43 remaining second quarter, we'll take a break as Dowling leads Sioux City North here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
And here is the kickoff by Dowling. The Maroons lead it 42-6, and on the return, Sioux City North, they return it right, and the ball carrier, which is number 3 for the Stars, and that's Devontae Cobbs, ran into a brick wall right at the 10-yard line, and that's where they'll start. First and 10 from their own about 10-yard line for the North offense. Dowling 42-6 over Sioux City North. Let's go down to our Shields sideline reporter, and that is John Chido. John?
Well, 2 plays into the second quarter, another Dowling touchdown. But the thing about that, Jason Murray running behind Jesse Alger, he took a good shot by the defensive back of Sioux City North, and his feet kept going, and he stuck the ball over the goal line with his hand. And it's just remarkable watching him run and the way he moves his feet to allow himself to get in the end zone.
And the strong run, John, because of you're in a lot of traffic, people grabbing that ball.
Yeah, and he's able to take these shots and keep moving, and it's week in and week out. He's fun to watch. He's a tremendous player.
All right, first down, Sioux City North from their own 6-yard line. Back to throw is quarterback Hagan, fires the ball out, and the pass is incomplete. Actually caught by the receiver, but he caught it out of bounds, and it goes for an incomplete pass. And
Connor Jackman in coverage there for the Maroons as he did a good job. He was stride for stride with him as he's running down the sideline, and as you said, Mark, he edged the guy, the offensive guy, out of bounds and made the catch, but he was out of bounds, and so we have an incomplete pass.
That last drive for Dowling went 4 plays, 25 yards, capped off by Murray's 8-yard run, and now a quick pass incomplete, and a penalty flag down right at the where the pass was thrown. That was Cale Connor, who threw the touchdown pass for the only score for Sioux City North on a halfback pass, but Connor was the receiver that time, and a penalty flag down. This might be pass interference on the Maroons. We'll see.
It looked like Jackman just was a step early with his timing. He did a great job in coverage there, covering the quick slant from the edge. The receiver was lined up on the numbers out there and came on the quick slant. And Jackman had great position in coverage and just was a step early making the contact there. And that's a tough play to make from that and not come too early sometimes.
They call pass interference on the Maroons, and it'll be an automatic first down, 15-yard penalty. So first down, Sioux City North on their own 21-yard line. 42-6, Dowling with the lead over Sioux City North, the final regular season game on play action. Hagan with the pass, it's incomplete. Tried to hit Caleb Crum on a slant pattern, threw it behind him, and dangerously close to a couple Maroons, and one of them has already got an interception. That was Levi Hummel. He almost had another one handed to him.
Right now, the Sioux City North is looking at getting the ball out quick and making some quick passes in these slants and trying to loosen some things up a little bit against the Maroons, and with not a lot of success to this point.
Johnson now leading 21-7 over Waukee. First half score from Waukee Stadium in their district play. Back to throw Hagan. He's hit as he's dropped. The pass is intercepted by Dowling at the 35-yard line. The Maroons get a little bit of return before
Michael Keel.
He is knocked out of bounds, and it's the Keel family tonight.
Yeah.
Jack earlier, and this is Michael with the interception.
Watching Michael in coverage there, he's coming from that. He was back in coverage in the middle of the field and saw the pass. The pass was kind of lofted up there because of pressure up front. The Maroons had good pressure on the quarterback. He ends up having to loft the ball, put a high trajectory on it, and Michael covered a lot of ground to go get that ball and high point it. You know, they'll talk about trying to high point that football, and he did, comes down with it, makes a great interception, and the Maroons are back in business on offense. 1st and 10, Dowling from the Stars, 28-yard line. The quarterback now for Dowling will be Zach Prey. He wears number 14. He'll bring with him Jason Murray in the backfield. Jack Lyman is split out as receiver to the left of the formation. Dowling going left to right towards the south end zone here at Valley Stadium. Back to throw is Prey, fires it near side, and the pass is underthrown and incomplete to Ty Thompson right at the 25-yard line. Would have went for a 3-yard gain. Just a little underthrown there, and coming off the bench, that's a tough first pass to make, and didn't allow Thompson quite enough time to come back to it, and otherwise that would have been a completion, and we're moving.
All right, Levi Hummel comes in as a fullback here. He'll be right in front of quarterback Zach Prey. Here's a snap. Prey, the handoff goes to Murray on the read ops, and Murray scampers down the far sideline, breaks loose inside the 10-5 touchdown. Jason Murray.
I think they're going to call him out of bounds at the 1.
And you're right at the pylon.
Yeah.
I was looking for laundry.
Jason was trying to hold Trenton Frericks for Sioux City North, just got a hand on him on that outside edge and knocked Jason off balance, and Jason couldn't keep his footing to keep it in bounds.
27-yard run that time for Jason Murray. 1st and goal, Dowling from the 1-yard line of Sioux City North. Dowling 42, Sioux City North 6 with 10:57 remaining, second quarter.
I got to bet Jason Murray's going to get the football here.
Well, Hummel's in, and he is the fullback. Waters out of the shotgun, and Murray behind him. Here is the handoff. He'll follow Hummel in, and touchdown Jason Murray from 1 yard out. And he followed as Coach Wilson likes to call Levi Hummel, the other guard, and followed him into the end zone.
Like a road grader out there. He really is just a solid, stocky kid, and you know, Levi's one of those kids going to go out there and do what you tell him to do and do it at 100%, and that's what makes him special on the football field.
10:53 remaining here in the second quarter. Jason Murray has just scored his 4th touchdown from a yard out, and Drew Peterson is going to tack on his 7th extra point, and the kick is up and no good.
That one came out a little funny. I don't know what. Well, that was a different kicker. That was Drew Johns.
That was Drew Johns with the extra point miss.
You know, Coach Wilson trying to get a couple of other kids some opportunities there to see. You know, one of the things we talked about earlier from the special teams, and we'll come back to that a little bit later here.
All right, 48-6 Dowling over Sioux City North. Back after this 1-minute break on Iowa Catholic Radio and Central Iowa Sports Network. Keep forgetting.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
And the kickoff by Dowling, and Devontae Cobbs returns it for Sioux City North, and he gets across the 20 up near the 25-yard line where the Stars will start 1st and 10. Dowling 48, Sioux City North 6. Maroons go 3 plays, 28 yards. That was set up by Keogh's interception. It was Michael Keogh with the interception that gave Dowling pretty good field position. Let's go down to our Shields sideline reporter, and that is John Chido.
Yeah, the offensive line with Jesse Alger in right guard there, and it was run over the right side, and him and Greg Hagan just blew up that hole. And then with Levi Hummel leading up to it, Jason Murray untouched again for the touchdown.
Yeah, it certainly was a very well played drive. Now Dowling showing blitz. Hagan gets rid of it as Drew Peterson came in from a corner blitz, and the pass is incomplete as Hagan threw right into the heart of the blitz, right at Drew Peterson, but he overthrew his intended receiver that time, Matt, and that was Devontae Cobbs.
You're exactly right in the fact that Drew Peterson on the rush made that happen. He did a good job of it's a good job of coaching, getting that Drew to get his hands up, and he's not going to get to the quarterback to make the sack. Get your hands up, make him throw over it, and that's what he did, and he ends up throwing it incomplete.
Well, Jason Murray with touchdown runs of 12, 56 yards, and a yard out. Now back to throw is Hagan, and he fires the ball out and threw behind his receiver, incomplete. And there's a Maroon down there that thought he might have had an interception.
Christian Owsley thought he was going to get that one, and they tried a little trick play out of it. They sent some diversion to the other side, and the kid actually jumped out there like he was going to catch the football on the right side of the field. The quarterback rolls back to his left, and he threw right into about 3 guys.
I saw that. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for Sioux City North. Stars on their own 25-yard line, and it was nearly a pick 6 for the Dowling defenders. Sioux City North record of 2-6. Dowling's record 6-2. Back to throw Hagan. The ball is tipped around, and the pass incomplete as it got deflected at the line of scrimmage, and then the Maroons went for it. Christian Owsley tried to pick it up, but it already skipped off the ground, incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and 10 for the Stars here, Matt.
Yeah, Levi Hummel almost took that snap away from Hagan. He got back there that quick, untouched from his linebacker position, coming through the A gap on a blitz, and was back there to meet Hagan. Hagan really didn't have time to even set and throw the ball, so it runs out of his hands, and it's an incomplete pass.
All right, Matt Stillwell back deep for Dowling. He stands at about his own 46-yard line. 10.5 minutes remaining. Second quarter, Dowling 48 and Sioux City North 6. High snap. Hagan gets it away, gets the punt away. High short kick, end over end. It'll bounce at the Sioux City North 45-yard line and take a Dowling bounce. It'll be down right at the 44 of Sioux City North, and that's where the Maroons will take over. 1st and 10 with another first down. I'm looking back at my score sheet, Matt, and Dowling's only been starting a drive on their own side of the 50 3 times tonight. The other 6 times have been inside the 50. So,
yeah,
all right, let's go down to our Dowling sideline reporter. That is John Chido. Johnny, give us an update. Defense did an outstanding job there for the Maroons.
Well, you guys said it all night long, and it's amazing. And it's been the pressure by the front 4, and Levi Hummel will come every now and then on a blitz, but this quarterback, Hagan, he has no time to set his feet and throw the football with the amount of pressure this defensive line for Dowling's putting on.
That is true. And now here's Murray with the handoff on a little jet sweep around right end, and he might go inside the 10-5 touchdown. Jason Murray from 44 yards out on a jet sweep on the handoff from Waters. And I'll tell you what, Matt, he turned the corner, and it looked like he might have been gobbled up, but he just found a way to let his blockers lead him to the end zone.
Yeah, Colin Cook was the last guy there, and made an outstanding block out there for Jason, and let Jason set up that block and then run around the edge and take it to the end zone. So an outstanding play there by the Maroons. Good team. It's great to see those position players out there on the edge make those blocks like that for Jason.
All right, the Maroons now with the extra point. They lead it 54-6 pending the extra point, and Dowling now with another kicker in there, and that's Drew Johns, and the kick is good. So
that one was a lot cleaner.
Yes, it was. 55-6 Dowling. Drew Johns with the extra point. We'll take a 1-minute break and return to Valley Stadium on senior night for Dowling. 55-6 Maroons over Sioux City North here in the second quarter on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza. The other guy.
London Times back game for the North Stars. Touchback. First and 10 from the 20.
Hey, we're back here at Valley Stadium. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring, John Chido as Dowling kicks off, and the ball goes in the end zone touchback. Sioux City North will take over first and 10 from the Stars' 20-yard line. Dowling 55-6 over Sioux City North here in the second quarter with 10:06 remaining. You'll see a lot of players in the second half, and the Maroons have secured or will secure their district tonight, and now a little reverse going on, the inside handoff on a, we'll call it a counter play. I haven't seen too many of those, a counter play. And that's Croman Hawk carrying for Sioux City North, Matt.
Yeah, well-designed play. And Christian Owsley makes a nice play for the Maroons there out in space and gets a shoestring tackle to make that only a 2-yard gain. The design of the play was really good. They brought that trap back from, they used to call that kind of a wing trap, and they set it up pretty well.
The guy who loves that trap play was just up here, Mr. Marcouli, paying a visit. I think he was seeing if there's any pizza left. I really believe that. 2-yard gain by Croman Hawk, and now second down and 8 for Sioux City North. They give it to the tailback, and that's Croman Hawk again. And he may have gotten a yard up to the 23-yard line. So we'll bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 for the Stars.
Christian Owsley again on the stop, and he's one of those players that Coach Wilson has talked about has grown so much this year for the Maroons on defense and really having a nice ball game again right now from that linebacker position.
I want to thank Construction Professionals along with Dental Associates for supporting our broadcast here in our 42nd year on Iowa Catholic Radio, broadcasting Dowling football. Also, Mercy Medical and Kemen. Our thanks to them. And back to throw is Hagan. Fires the ball out. It's caught. First down, Sioux City North on a quick slant. Might have been running a seam route over there toward the Stars.
Yeah, out there, number 19, Cale Connor.
That's Connor, the guy who threw the touchdown pass and the halfback pass. So Connor with the
well-timed play, and that was Matt Hagan's best thrown ball of the night. He threw that on a line, and perfect timing on the play, and they get a first down.
11-yard catch, first down, Sioux City North. And now here's Hagan back to throw on through. On play action, it's intercepted by Jack Keel again. That's his second interception, and Keel returns it down to the North 34-yard line.
Jack ends up and looked up right at the last moment, and the ball was right in his hands, and Keel makes a nice play. I said, oh, no, because I thought, well, there's all these guys in here. How are we going to get this out? And is he going to make it and score again? And Jack makes a nice play there defensively again for the Maroons.
All right, let's go down to John Chido and our Shields sideline reporter tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio and Central Iowa Sports Network. And the Keel brothers accounted for 3 of Dowling's interceptions tonight, John.
Yeah, Jack's been there, the right place, right time. Michael made a nice break on the ball. That's Jack's second interception of the game. And I noticed when the Sioux City North quarterback just throws the ball, he has a little bit more time instead of doing some type of play action because he doesn't have any time to throw the football, and it's showing with the interception.
That's certainly evident. Now Dowling back to the ground gain, and that is Tegan Johnson as Maroons with the first down at their Sioux City North 33-yard line, and he rumbles down to the 24, pick up a 9 that time for Tegan.
Desmond Grace for the North Stars makes the stop there for the Sioux City North.
So a 9-yard gain for Tegan, and now Zach Prey in at quarterback, and the handoff is Tegan Johnson. First down, he gets inside the 20 of Sioux City North, and finally brought down right about the 17-yard line for a gain of 7.
Again, we've talked about how well and how hard Tegan Johnson runs, and he's not going to run away from anybody. Like, he doesn't have Jason Murray's speed. Not too many people do. He's just a strong, solid running back and fast enough.
He's picked up 9 and 7 yards, and now it's 1st and 10 Maroons from the north, Sioux City North 17. Here's a snap, Prey, the handoff, and trying to turn the corner is Tegan Johnson. Outstanding play made by Sioux City North. That's the safety?
Devontae Cobbs. They've been lining him up out on that edge again. They brought him on the blitz off the right side that time. And again, we talked about that earlier, chasing the play down from behind, and that's what he was able to do there on that weak side of the defense.
So Tegan will lose 2 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd down and about 12 for Dowling. Line of scrimmage is the north 19-yard line. Prey out of the shotgun, back to throw, throws into the end zone, and the pass is thrown behind the receiver, incomplete. And that is Stillwell, the intended receiver from the left side of the formation. Now penalty flag down.
Penalty flag down. The receiver, the defender got there just a step too soon. Looks like Cromenhawk. They're in coverage possibly.
They waved the flag off.
They waved it off.
So it goes as an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up
I think he just
3rd
looked
down.
At the score.
Yeah, 3rd down.
And picked it up.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know.
They waved the
I
flag
don't know
off.
if you could explain that, why you picked that up. Unless
So
I thought the ball was tipped. Now, if the ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, that would make that play legal. Then
Correct.
The defender getting there quick.
Correct. So it's 3rd down and 12 Maroons from the north 19-yard line. Zach Prey in at quarterback, Tegan Johnson at tailback, and he'll go in motion right to left. And now Prey will cut up over left tackle, breaks a tackle inside the 10, still on his feet, and he's got the 1st down to the 5-yard line, a pickup of 14 yards for quarterback Zach Prey, a senior night and a senior for Dowling.
Yeah, nice run there by Zach up the middle there, and he had I couldn't tell Snedeker in the ball game right now, leading him up the hole there, and just a well-executed play for the Maroons and giving Zach that opening.
So 1st and goal Maroons on a 14-yard run by Dowling's quarterback Zach Prey. 6 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Dowling 55, Sioux City North 6. The final night of the regular season as the playoffs begin next Friday, and we have penalty flags down on the snap of the football, and this may be coming back. We got procedure call against the Maroons here, Matt.
I thought that might have been on the defense. I didn't see the jump there on our side of the ball, and obviously there was, though.
All right,
my
Dowling.
vantage point isn't as good as theirs.
All right, John Chowder, you're down there. Your thoughts on this drive by the this Dowling offense here, trying to put it in the end zone?
Well, it was a nice run by Zach Prey to get the 1st down and inside the red zone. Unfortunately, we had a false start there by our tight end. I think it's Lynch was called for the procedure.
All right, it's 1st and 10 Maroons. Back to throw Prey. Fakes once and fires it out, and it's caught, and that's Stillwell on the near sideline, out of bounds with the catch at the 2-yard line for a gain of 3 yards.
A double move there on that play, and you saw the head fake from Zach Prey out there and allowed Matt to make a double move on that left edge. He's in one-on-one coverage out there, and a nice pitch and catch there for the Maroons.
So Stillwell a gain of 4, and now Prey with it, and he gets in for the score. Zach Prey takes it in.
Quarterback sneak.
And a quarterback sneak, and the Maroons score from a yard out. So Dowling extends its lead to 61-6 with 5:45 remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
A while ago I was going to talk about special team play. One of the things we talked about with Baumler missing, the pickup by Drew Peterson in this in this kicking game here has not hurt us at all. I worry about the punting when we go into this postseason because we haven't had too many opportunities there.
And the extra point is no good by the Maroons as Drew John missed the extra point. So the score remains Dowling 61 and Sioux City North 6 with 5:48 remaining here in the 2nd quarter from Valley Stadium on senior night for the Maroons. We'll be back after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Jake Calvert will pick off. Number 3 on the return, Devontae Cobbs. Colton Sanders on the stop.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium. Senior night for Dowling Catholic. 33 Maroons walked across the field before the game with their parents and families, and congratulations to them. And Dowling now out to a 61-6 lead over Sioux City North. And the Stars will start deep in their own territory after the kickoff return from their own 7 here, Matt.
Yeah, another one of our seniors, Ashton Brown, makes a stop on that kickoff here. We got a crazy formation right here. This looks like the swinging gate type formation.
And now they swing it over to the quarterback. He's going to keep it. He gets outside the tackles where he lined up out of the shotgun, and they direct snap to him over there, and he tries to get outside for a small gain with 5.5 minutes remaining. Keep in mind the running clock doesn't take effect until the second half. But right now we got our Shield sideline report. That's John Chido. And Johnny, take it away. We owe you a couple here.
Yeah, that was a unusual formation with swinging gate formation. They're coming out with it again, and I think they're going to be called for not enough guys on line of scrimmage, or
they weren't set. I don't think they were set.
I was going to say they have plenty of guys on line of scrimmage, it looks like, on the left side.
And you're running that deep in your own territory, of all things.
Well, I think at this point they're going to try anything they can, being down 61-6. But
that was at the 10-yard line. So Hagan, who kept the ball on the first carry, gained 3 yards. And this is all going to come back on the penalty, the half the distance. They'll move it back to the 5-yard line. So we'll bring up 2nd and 12, Sioux City North from their own 5-yard line as we approach the 5-minute mark here. Swinging gate again. They direct snap it to the quarterback, and he just did a little option pitch to the right side, and he got it to his tailback, and he's run out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So they strung out to the right there, Matt.
Yeah, it looked like Drew Peterson out there to make the play out of bounds, along with I believe that is Colton Sanders out there as well at that left cornerback.
Dante Hansen
on the carry.
Was the carrier. It was the pitch man from quarterback Matt Hagan. So it brings up 3rd and 12, Sioux City North. Stars come in here. They are 1-3.
They called declined the penalty. They called a penalty again on that play, and we declined it. I guess.
So the Stars come in at 1-3 in district play, 2-6 overall. And last week, Ankeny went up there and handed them the same score we're at right now in the loss. So here we go. It's 3rd and 11, Sioux City North from their own 5-yard line, trailing 61-6, under 5 minutes remaining. Quarterback is Matt Hagan, long count. Hagan back to throw, fires it near side. The pass is caught right at the 10-yard line, and the receiver takes the Dowling defender up to the 13-yard line, shy of the first down as the receiver was Devontae Cobbs, and it'll bring up 4th down for the Stars.
Another senior, Quentin Wellmaker, in on the play there for the Maroons from the cornerback position on the right side, preventing the first down. Are they going to go for it here?
Yes, they are. 4th down from their own 13-yard line, the gain of 8 for Cobbs.
Hagan is the punter as well, I believe, the quarterback, is he not?
That is correct.
So we could see a quick kick out of this formation, maybe.
Well, Dowling keeps their defense in there. They do not put their punt return team in, so.
And they're going to call timeout.
A timeout by Sioux City North. So we'll take a 1-minute break and return. 61-6 Dowling over Sioux City North with 4:10 remaining. Here in the second quarter, back with more on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Great price, great selection, great experience. That's what people expect today. What isn't expected is how hard we work after the sale to keep your business. Hard work, honesty, integrity, discipline, trust, character. These core values are why we grow every year and why we continue to acquire more dealerships. Experience the Schottenkirk way of doing business and come visit our new Ford dealership in Indy.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. September and October are the best times of year to sit outside, and we still have a great selection of 2018 merchandise, like this OWLE Deep Seating Group. Or maybe you'd prefer wicker, like this North Cape group. And fire pits. There's nothing better than sitting out on the deck in the fall with a nice fire going. But get here soon, because the sold tags are coming out quick, and you don't want to be too late. For great deals on great furniture, come to Fireplace Superstore.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium on senior night for Dowling Catholic. The Maroons leading 61-6 with 4 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And yes, Sioux City North going for it. 4th and 4 from their own 13. Here is a snap out of the shotgun to Hagan. He fires the ball out, and the pass is intercepted, or yes, it is intercepted right at the 23-yard line by the Maroons.
Ends up being about almost like a punt of about 10 yards. In the end, it was still an interception there. I didn't pick up who picked that ball off, if it was Drew Peterson or Ryan Adams on that play who made it, and get the Maroons the ball back at about the 24-yard line.
All right, John Chida, who came up with the interception for the Maroons?
That was Colton Sanders on the interception. So that was the second in 2 games.
Yes, it is. The other game, by the way, you missed last week. You didn't see Colton's first interception, John.
I caught your highlights later on a replay back that night.
That was the one-hander, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. He reached up and got it. Now here's a handoff, Tegan Johnson for the Maroons, and he scampers through. It's inside the 15 down to the 14 of Sioux City.
We might
North.
be to own that is Hoshold, isn't it? Yes, Chase Hoshold now in running the ball for the Maroons.
So here in the final,
Snedeker in at fullback and Hoshold in the backfield at the tailback position.
And they're going to spot him down right at the 15-yard line, gain of 9 for Chase Hoshold. He gets the carry again, handoff from quarterback Prey. Breaks a tackle inside the 10 and still on his feet. And he struggles to the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal Maroons at the Sioux City North 5-yard line, and that is the guy named Chase Hoshold. And Coach likes him, 5'7", 155-pound running back, and he can scamper out there.
He did. He went hard into the end of that run, and Hunter Kromenhoek for the Sioux City North team gets the stop on the play, but Chase was not going to be denied or brought down.
1st and goal Dowling on the Sioux City North 5-yard line. Maroons lead 61-6 over Sioux City North. Quarterback is Zach Prey out of the shotgun, and the give is to Hoshold. He runs right side, breaks a tackle, and he goes in for the touchdown. Chase broke a couple tackles and then finally had to fend off a defender right at the goal line. Touchdown Dowling, and Hoshold from 5 yards out.
I might be speechless. The great run by Chase. He really set it up and showed his speed as he ran to the edge there and executed the play perfectly. As we have a number of different Maroons in there offensively, Drew Snedeker leading the way around the corner there for the Maroons and giving Chase the alley he needed to score.
3 plays and 24 yards on the Dowling drive. Now the extra point by the Maroons, and Dowling has their Calvert in there. Number 18 is in for the extra point, and Jake Calvert's extra point good. So the Maroons lead it 68-6 with 3:06 remaining here in the second quarter. Back with more from Valley Stadium here in West Des Moines on Dowling Senior Night on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
At your service.
Great price, great selection, great experience. That's what people expect today. What isn't expected is how hard we work after the sale to keep your business. Hard work, honesty, integrity, discipline, trust, character. These core values are why we grow every year and why we continue to acquire more dealerships. Experience the Schottenkirk way of doing business and come visit our new Ford dealership in Indianola.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium on Dowling Senior Night, and the kickoff by Sioux City North by Dowling to Sioux City North and returned across the 23-yard line. Stars will start there trailing 68-6 with 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Looking back last week, Matt, it was 53-0 at halftime last week. This is a little bit worse. And we do have John Chido on tonight. Let's go down to him in our Shields sideline report. Johnny?
Well, just talking to Doc Zacher, we were talking about the experience these guys are getting with these reps, a lot of the second and third team guys. And it's nice to see these seniors get out here, and it's nice to see Colton Sanders, who was a senior, who's gotten an interception in 2 games.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true. And again, we talked about that at length in the pregame show the last couple of weeks. The Dowling team's not getting any JV action, and now here's a little swing pass to the left side of the formation, caught by Cale Connor. Tries to get outside the numbers, and he's hit and driven down right across the line of scrimmage.
Christian Owsley with the hit on that play. And Cale Connor, like you said, made the catch on that play, and he got stood up by the other defense, and Christian came and finished it off.
And a gain of 3 on the reception, so it'll bring up 2nd down 7 for Sioux City North. Read option. Give us the tailback, Devontae Cobbs, and he tries to get outside the right hash, and now penalty flags down, and so goes Cobbs, and he'll be shy of the first down, dropped at the 29, but this might be coming back.
I don't know. There was no blockers out there, so I don't know if if someone glanced at the face mask, if they're going to call something defensively. There was only defenders out there, so it's going to be interesting to see what they call here. It is going to go against the Maroons.
Yes, it is. So the penalty against Dowling. Johnny, did you pick up on that?
It had to be an incidental face mask. I don't know. I think John's in a discussion down there. I think incidental face mask was only a 5-yard penalty on the play.
It might be. Johnny, you
what's that?
Do you know what that penalty was about? They just said it was against Dowling. We didn't get the
it was a 5-yard face mask?
It was a face mask, okay. So, all right, first down, Sioux City North. The line of scrimmage is a 35, and the handoff goes to the tailback, and that's Cobbs. And, again, he gets about 5 yards up to the 5-yard line. A lot of new faces out there for the Maroons right now.
Yeah, Cobbs, nice runner, and he's running hard out there and trying to make some yardage there, and they're starting to move the ball a little bit here. We had Colton Sanders out there in that left edge, forced him out of bounds.
All right, 2nd and 5 for Sioux City North. Dowling showing blitz. Maroons lead 68-6. Back to throw is Hagan. A little swing pass to the left of the formation. A little actual lateral pass. Caught and dropped his receiver back at the 35-yard line for a loss of 4. And that is Cobbs again. They're trying to get him loose.
Great team pursuit there by the Maroons. You had Quentin Grant and Jackson Filer out there and help make that stop out in the end. Christian Owsley again, and Quentin Wellmaker on this edge helping make that play.
Minute and a half remaining in the first half. Dowling 68, Sioux City North 6. And we also like to thank Catholic Tuition Organization along with Two Rivers Glass and Door for supporting our broadcast here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Tumia & Sons, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and R&R Realty. Now, here's a little quick pass by Hagan to the right of the formation, and it's incomplete right at the 50-yard line. Tried to hit his tight end for the first time tonight and just couldn't get enough on it. Pass goes incomplete.
Sean Paschal saw the football get to the size of a basketball. As he got released there from his defensive line position, the ball went right between his hands. He almost knocked it down. He catches that. If he's able to get his paws on, that's a pick 6 going the other way.
Well,
and he was thinking it too.
Yeah, that's why he
probably went through. Well, he didn't touch it. So, I mean, it was.
All right, it's 4th down for Sioux City North from their own 35-yard line with a minute 15 remaining. Hagan in the punt, and it's a high short kick. Not going to go too much further, and angling out of bounds, and it's going to be downed at the 46-yard line of Sioux City North. An 11-yard punt, no return.
We got another flag on the field here.
And more laundry. We want to thank Tumia & Sons. Thanks to Mario Tumia. Matter of fact, you had a chance to have some dinner down there before the Dowling performance at Drake. And we want to thank Mario who brought us a nice assortment of food when we were over at Hutchins Stadium. We were outdoors.
Is that what happens when we go to the south side like that?
We try to treat you right.
Treated like that?
Yeah, they forget about me. I grew up there, but they've long forgot about me.
You got to play over there more.
Yes. Officials trying to sort this out. We'll go down to our Shield sideline reporter, John Chido. Minute 5 remaining here in the half, and Dowling leading 68-6. Johnny, what do you got?
Well, Mark, ever since you moved out to Urbandale, you became more of a franchise guy. You know, and stepped away from the good, authentic food.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You guys go ahead. Line up. Ron Gray and Mary Beth Wiskus are up here. They're already on me can't wait for this halftime interview. What officials trying to sort out here, Johnny? Give us a hand.
I'm trying to figure that out here. It was away from the play.
Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out where
Dowling's
to mark it
ball
off.
is going to be first and 10, so, and it looks like they're marking Dowling off.
So Maroons were guilty of the penalty okay, so that's it. The punt by Sioux City North went 11 yards, and It was actually brought down or marked down at the 44-yard line of North, but now the penalty up against Dowling, the Maroons will start back in their own territory. This is probably the deepest they've been in a long time, but their own 37-yard line here, Matt.
Yeah, Austin Van Scheppen, Bradley Hill, and Matt English in there on the offensive line right now.
And now here's an inside handoff from quarterback Prey, and Zach gives it to which tailback? Are we in
Chase, I think that's Chase Hochschild in there right now.
It is, number 24 off the bottom of the pile. And Hochschild for a short gain. The Maroons may just be content to let this clock wind down. Line of scrimmage is the 44-yard line, so Hochschild with a 6-yard run.
We're going to probably see about one more snap.
Yep, 35 seconds remaining. Here's Prey. Zach, a handoff to Hochschild, and he's hit and stood up at the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard back to the 43-yard line, which is what they're marking off. And that might be the final play of the first half. And our listening audience and our webcast audience, our halftime guest will be Ron Gray. He's going to talk about the boys' golf team at Dowling, what a year they had, and preview the girls' golf next spring a little bit. And also we're going to have Mary Beth Wiskus, who's involved with postseason volleyball. Outstanding finish for the Maroons this year.
They've had a great season.
They certainly have. And our halftime score, Dowling 68 and Sioux City North 6. As time winds down, we're going to send it down to John Chido with head coach Tom Wilson. And they're going to be meeting right at the 30-yard line there, Pete Tarpey. And Johnny, take it away with head coach Tom Wilson.
Coach, great first half. It's nice to see a lot of new faces in the first half. Colton Sanders with his second interception in 2 games. It's nice to see Chase Halsall get in the end zone. Jason Murray with 5 first half touchdowns. Your thoughts?
Well, obviously, we kind of outmanned them a little bit, but it's nice for us to come here and execute and do the things we need to do. And now we get a lot of the younger guys in, and they've already been in, or at least most of them have, and we can get more of that in the second half.
Well, good luck in the second half, Coach. Thank you.
All right, head coach Tom Wilson. Not a whole lot to say, Matt. When you're up 68-6 here at halftime, it'll be the running clock to start the second half. And a fine performance by the Maroons, and certainly looking forward to the postseason. I know Dowling's got that dialed in, and they want to finish strong.
Right, and you know, Coach Wilson, a half like that, there's not a lot you can say that you want to talk about after that. You know, you do look at the kids that are getting in the ball game now and getting an opportunity, especially on senior night, and getting a lot of bodies. And all those kids that are getting out there playing now have put in just as much time as everybody else, as the starters have. And that's every practice, every minute, every sprint, every up, down. And so it's a rewarding night from that standpoint.
All right, let's take a look at the first half statistics before we send it to break. And for Dowling, the Maroons with 472 yards of total offense in the first half. Sioux City North with 102 yards. Dowling with 373 yards on the ground, 99 yards in the air for Sioux City North, 83 yards in the air and 19 yards on the ground. The Maroons with 26 first downs, 5 for Sioux City North. And penalties, Dowling with 11 penalties for 92 yards. That's something we talked about early, and 4 penalties for 21 yards for Sioux City North. Quarterback Zach Waters, 8 out of 9 passing for 90 yards, and Zach Prey, 1 out of 3 passing for 9 yards. The Maroons' leading rusher, well, Jason Murray. What a first half. He might as well just take his shoulder pads off. 12 carries, 209 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
That's a pretty good ratio. 12 carries, 5 touchdowns.
Averaging 17 yards a carry is Jason the first half. Tegan Johnson, not bad either. 9 carries, 118 yards, and a touchdown in the first half. Chase Hochschild, 5 carries, 29 yards, and a touchdown. And Zach Prey, 2 carries, 15 yards, and a touchdown. How about Zach Waters? Just 2 carries, 5 yards, and both touchdowns for the Maroons. And Edward Thompson, or Ty Thompson, the leading receiver, 4 catches, 46 yards for the Maroons, and Colin Cook, 2 catches for 21 yards. Again, Dowling with 472 yards of total offense in the first half, 373 yards on the ground, and Sioux City North with 102 yards total offense, 83 in the air. And that's a look at our halftime stats. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have halftime interviews from Mary Beth Wiskus. You know her, the volleyball coach at Dowling. And Ron Gray. He's got a little blemish under his right eye. He's going to have to explain that.
2 outstanding teachers. It didn't happen at school.
I don't think it happened in this country.
Trade in, trade up event at Shuckenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to 12.5 off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab LTs. Up to 6,000 off select new 18 Colorado ZR2s. Trade in, trade up in Waukee. Up to 19% off, or choose $500 plus 0% for 72 months on new 19 Chevy Equinox LTs. Over 20% off, or get $1,000 plus 0% for 72 on new 18 Chevy Trax. Trade in, trade up at Shuckenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. September and October are the best times of year to sit outside, and we still have a great selection of 2018 merchandise, like this OWLE Deep Seating group. Or maybe you'd prefer wicker, like this North Cape group. And fire pits. There's nothing better than sitting out on the deck in the fall with a nice fire going. But get here soon, because the sold tags are coming out quick, and you don't want to be too late. For great deals on great furniture, come to Fireplace.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game.
There's no doubt about it. Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Here at halftime, Dowling with the lead 68-6 over Sioux City North. I'm joined by Mary Beth Wiskus, the volleyball coach at Dowling Catholic, in the top 10, by the way, in Class 5A. And Coach, thanks for taking some time to visit with us on a football Friday night.
Yeah, thanks for having us and my two boys here. So it's fun to be here.
You know, I see your two boys. It looks like my family, Iowa and Iowa State. And we got
we are a divided family, yes.
But a loving family, Mary Beth.
Yes, yes.
Coach, talk about the season. I know you got off to a slow start in that first week, and it's like, oh boy, you had but you avenged one of those losses, and tell our listeners about that. What happened when the season started?
You know, we just have a lot of young players in our program right now, and they're very talented kids, great kids. They work really hard, and we knew going into the season that it's going to be a growing season for us, and the growth is just, the potential is just limitless. So we're just really excited. They worked really hard. We just had to overcome a little bit of just a little self-doubt and learning that we can trust ourselves, be aggressive, and just play the game. And I think they just started enjoying playing the game now and relaxed and play aggressive and learn to just kind of get in an aggressive mindset. And they're playing a great ball right now.
Now, how much experience you have coming back this year when you started the year with this group? Because you've been to state for,
this is we've been to state 6 years in a row. So we're going for 7 this year. So it'll be great. We returned we have a senior JC Kothi. She returned. She's a middle hitter. She's a big player for us. And we also returned our setter, Elena Shimon. Camille Weiss is another senior outside hitter that we returned for us. So we have a couple returning players that played, but the majority of our team that's playing right now is brand new. We have 2 freshmen playing and 4 sophomores playing. So it's really, they're just great kids. They work hard, and they've just, if you watch us play from the beginning to the end of this season, they just have improved so much. So.
And we're visiting with Mary Beth Wiskus, the volleyball coach at Dowling Catholic. They're in the top 10. You're ranked, what, 7th this week? That's the final ranking of the season?
Yes.
Okay. So now you're going into postseason. You got a little bit of a lull in your schedule. I know you just competed last weekend at the Johnson tournament. Is that right?
Yes, that's a great tournament. We really play in a lot of tough tournaments throughout the season. We like to do that. We've played Centennial twice. We played Valley twice. We were playing Ankeny twice. We just have to play a lot of good teams just to really push us to be the best that we can be by the end of the season. But we're going into our postseason. We play Hoover next Tuesday. So the girls are excited. We had a scrimmage at Ankeny yesterday, and just playing some good volleyball, playing the best competition that we can, so that we can push ourselves to play a little bit better every time we play together.
Now let's talk about the postseason. That's coming up. Obviously, you mentioned playing Hoover. Who is in your bracket, and where are those matches going to be?
Well, Hoover played North this week, and they beat North in 3. So we play Hoover on Tuesday night at Dowling at 7 p.m. on Tuesday night. So we're excited to host a match, another home match. So that would be great for our girls, especially our seniors. And then we play the following Monday against, it'll be Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln, or the winner of Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln and Thomas Jefferson.
I was trying to make that trek to Cedar Rapids. Now, you played some tournaments out east. I know last year when I interviewed you, we were going to Council Bluffs, and you were listening to your interview because we taped it because you were traveling to Cedar Rapids for a tournament. So you like going over there and playing?
We do. It's just fun to play all the teams in the state and see good competition. You know, you got Linn-Mar, and we have Cedar Rapids Jefferson, who's a great team, and it's just really fun to see all the teams on the other side. We got to play Grundy Center a couple times and Wallert, and just have different competition than we see around here in the Metro. And there's really good volleyball all over the state, but especially in the Metro.
Well, you play that each and every night conference-wise, and now you're going to face that in the postseason and regional play and hopefully state play. We want to thank you for coming because we're splitting time with Mr. Gray, and we're going to find out about
this is the legend.
Yeah,
so
a legend
I tell you, you're bringing in the ringer now, so this will be good.
He's got a little shiner in here. I want him to explain that. I know what he's told the staff, but
this is what happens when you get in trouble at Dowling.
Yeah.
You're about to see.
We'll take a break. Mary Beth, thank you very much. Mary Beth Wiskus, my guest here on the halftime show as Dowling leads 68-6 over Sioux City North. Thank you very much. Best of luck to your kids.
Thank you.
And we'll see you in Cedar Rapids, I guess.
That would be great.
All
We'd
right.
love to see you there.
We'll take a break and be back here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Trade-in, trade-up event at Shuckenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to $12,500 off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab LTs. Up to $6,000 off select new 18 Colorado ZR2s. Trade-in, trade-up in Waukee. Up to 19% off. Or choose $500 plus 0% for 72 months on new 19 Chevy Equinox LTs. Over 20% off. Or get $1,000 plus 0% for 72 on new 18 Chevy Trax. Trade-in, trade-up at Shuckenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives. With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium here in West Des Moines. Mark Amadale, along with the crew from the Central Iowa Sports Network, Pete Tarpey and his crew, and of course Jeff Piggott back at the station for Iowa Catholic Radio as we're at halftime, and Dowling leading 68-6. I am joined by the Dowling boys golf coach. He's also the girls golf coach, and he's got some explaining to do. We'll get to that later. But Ron Gray, thanks for joining us. You know, your brother sat in that chair a couple weeks ago. He did an outstanding job, just to let you know. Your brother, Bill Gray.
He probably owes you money for that, doesn't he?
I'm not going to say. But we had a lot of fun afterwards.
I'll bet
say
you
that. In the neighborhood establishment that we like to patronize every once in a while. Beaverdale, that's right. Ron, congratulations. I know the golf season's all over with, and we're going to talk about how the postseason ended abruptly. But what a season you had, and the thing I like most about your team, you had different guys compete each and every, whether it's a regular conference meet or you're in a tournament, you had different guys step up throughout the year, and that's a credit to the team that you have because you didn't know who was going to step up, whether it's a senior or a freshman, and that's a credit to the team.
Oh, absolutely. You know, going into the season, people ask me, well, how are we going to be? How are we going to be? I said, well, I think we're going to be a nice team. I don't know how good we're going to be. I said, we don't have any gunslingers. And so I said, I think we're going to be nice, and hopefully we'll be competitive, and they were far more competitive than I thought they'd be, and they really developed nice. And you're right. Someone stepped to the plate every so often and carried the team.
Well, talk about the regular season, because you got off to a nice start. You had some competition. I know you and I had a visit about, I think it was Johnson you played, and it ended up coming down to, was it a coin toss?
It was a coin toss. Well, Valley and Dowling tied, shot 299 of Jester, which was a great score. And so it goes to the fifth-man score as a tiebreaker. Well, we both shot 80. Goes to the sixth-man score for the tiebreaker. We both shot 82. And the course was filled, so we couldn't get anybody out to play it off, so we just flipped a coin.
Oh, my goodness. So you won. You got a coaching win by coin flip. That'll go down in history at Dowling.
Somebody's got to do it.
And you were the benefit of that.
Well, my first option was, he said, how are we going to break the tie? And I said, let's wrestle it off for coaches.
For coaches.
Yeah, and then
so you and the Johnson coach.
No, well, it was actually the Valley coach, and he said, no, I heard you were pretty good.
So, unbelievable. Well, throughout the season, your team, you go in some really competitive tournaments, Ron. You go all over.
Mm-hmm.
So I've talked to you one time going down I-80, heading past Iowa City, heading to Bettendorf, and I think you played at where the pros played over in Illinois. On the
TPC at Deer Run
yeah.
over in Silvis, Illinois. That's actually my old stomping grounds when I was in junior college, so I just went and visited my friends that own a pizza place. They kind of took pretty good care of the kids.
I'm sure you did.
But that's a great venue there, and we got third out of 18 with all the best teams in the state. I was really impressed with our kids there.
Talk about the team. Let's talk about the seniors that have graduated, or will be graduating, but have graduated from your team this year.
Well, Ben Frecking was a senior co-captain, had a really nice year, and at the conference meet he actually got fourth. And so, I mean, he did some really great things for us, stepped up to the plate several times. Parker Artery was another senior that had a nice year for us, and at state tournament he shot even par. He tied for seventh, which didn't get him a place at state, but he had a great round, and very proud of all the kids, but I was proud of what he did there. And then George Strawhecker came in and did a really good job for us this year for the first time in the varsity.
And, of course, you juniors, sophomores, freshmen made up the top 70, as you said, they start counting, or they could count in any meet.
Correct. Well, Jake Calhoun was a co-captain, and he did a really great job at our district meet. He shot 3 under par 69 and really helped us get to second place finish at the district meet. It got us into the state meet, so Jake Calhoun did a great job there. Really proud of him there. And then Will Yergay, he was a junior on the team as well. He had a great state tournament in that he was 6 over after 6 holes and finished the day 5 over, so he was 1 under in his last 12 holes, and that's quite an accomplishment to do that. And then freshman Jackson Yergay really did a nice job and was a pleasant surprise for us all year long. He had some great scores out there and shot 78 at the state too, and did a good job there, and got 8th at the conference.
Visit with Ron Gray, the Dowling boys golf coach. He also coaches the girls golf team and at Dowling High School. And Maroons lead it here 68-6 on senior night here at the high school football game at halftime. And Ron, I got to ask you, you went to the state tournament. You qualified for state. Congratulations. What,
Thank
18 years in a row or something?
15 in a row.
15 in a row, okay. That's a credit to the team, and, yeah, we'll give you some of that credit. Your assistant coaches before we talk about state meet.
Oh, they're great guys. They're great with the kids, and they're interested in the sport and the program. Jeff Morris, who's been a long-time teacher of 25 years over at Dowling Catholic, and Tim Schulte, who's been there and they're both Dowling grads, which is kind of a nice thing as well as I am. So it's great to see them there and be part of it. And they do a great job with our young kids. And best thing is I just hand the reins to them and they take care of it.
And you had tremendous tremendous turnout for golf at Dowling, not only on the varsity side but also the freshmen. And some of I think one freshman got in your rotation, if I'm not mistaken, but a lot of guys out, and that's tremendous.
Yeah, it's tough to staff that. We're lucky that we're able to use a couple courses. The Legacy over in Norwalk has been really great to us over the years, and then Blank Golf Course and the Chido family has done a good job. And you need that because we got 53 kids out there. You gotta put them somewhere.
Well, you did. Final question. You go to state golf, you only play one day. First time it went to a one-day golf tournament because of the weather. You didn't get to play on Saturday, so you tied for 6th with Marshalltown.
Correct.
But Waukee won it all just on the one day. Did you think that was going to happen, that it would be just a one-day golf event?
It could, and actually it did happen one other time. Happened back in 1991. Over at Jester Park. We lost the first day, played the second day, and I think there was a little Catholic school in West Des Moines that might have won that with Eric Goldert as a medalist. So,
that's right, there was.
Yeah, so it's happened before, but we talk to the kids, play like it's going to be a one-day tournament.
Sure. Well, Ron, final question.
Yeah.
That thing underneath your right eye, folks are wondering, the staff here are wondering, and your boss, Mr. Mainring's wondering, you okay, or did that happen out of the country?
It happened out of the country. I'd like to give an exotic reason. In fact, the kids asked, and I gave a multiple choice question. It was a question of the day. How did Mr. Gray get his black eye? Was it MMA match over the weekend, fight at the Dowling game? Did he get trampled at the Iowa State game? Did he have a rumble with Mr. Aussie?
Oh, my
goodness. And I put other, and it was other. I was getting out of a boat in Canada and tripped and fell, and I just don't have the athleticism I used to have.
We noticed that about 30 years ago, but that was just us.
So nothing exotic, but it looks a lot better now.
It does, and we're glad you're all right. Although we're going to give you a lot of ribbon about it. But Ron, thanks for joining us here. And anything you want to tell our listeners and viewers on the webcast, because Dowling Golf, you had 60 kids out this year total?
Yeah, at one time we had 60 kids out.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And looking forward, they had a great year. Like I said, qualified 15 years in a row and placed in the top 10 for the 28th out of 35 years or something like that. But we're going to get geared up for the girls because they're a nice bunch of girls coming back, and we're going to get back to the state meet.
All right. There you heard it. Ron Gray, Dowling golf coach, girls and boys. Ron, thanks for joining us at halftime.
My pleasure. Thank you.
We'll take a break and come back on here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Second half about ready to get underway. 68-6, Dowling leading Sioux City North. We'll take a 1-minute break, return on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network. And welcome back to Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Mark Amadale along with Matt Maindring as we get set for the second half. Well, you know what? It already started as our halftime guests have kind of filtered through the press box, and we got a lot to catch up on. Matt, you got a picture of one of our sideline reporters. Matter of fact, our sideline reporter.
I've got the evidence of John.
We'll get some explanation there as Sioux City North takes the second half kickoff and returns it up to about the 20-yard line, and now they run a first down play. But how about this? Dowling up 68-6, and they put up some big numbers, Matt Maindring, in that first half.
They did, and executed well on offense, and I'm sure they're going to be looking to have that carry through in the second half. And right there we got a great play by Quentin Wellmaker to get the stop out there on that quick wide receiver screen.
And he tackles it back to the 25-yard line by Wellmaker. Good to see him back in the lineup tonight. Missed last week's game, but he's here tonight on senior night. And it'll bring up the 4th and 7 for Sioux City North, back at the 24-yard line of the Stars. Maroons lead 68-6. Dowling led it into the first quarter 35-6, and then led at halftime by this score of 68-6. Now Hagan, the quarterback, will attempt to punt it from his own 24-yard line.
Gets the punt Josh Jackman back there to get the punt.
And Jackman has it at the 43-yard line. He's hit and driven down by Hunter Cromenhawk, and Dowling's offense will start 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline, and Mr. Chido, you got some explaining to do because
I think he's winded.
We got some video evidence of you and some dance routine with your daughter, and these pictures are pretty good.
I think John left the building.
No, you didn't, Mr. Chido. Let's talk about this.
Was that Michael Jackson or was that John Chido out there?
The things you do for your daughter. Just,
you did it well, though. That snake, that was good. Or the worm,
that's called the worm, and he's been practicing that. Yeah, he's been practicing that.
I tell you, too much social media, too many guys taking pictures.
Oh, that's what we want. We'll get to that story here in a moment. As first down Maroons, as the Maroons now with another quarterback in there, Dominic Marasco. Dowling starting from their own 45-yard line, runs the read option, and the ball carrier gets the first down across the 45 of North, and Chase Hausschult carried half the North team down for a first
did.
down at the 42.
A strong run by Chase, and he's taking advantage of his time on the field and gonna. It's one of those things you prepare yourself for what's coming up as we go through in the future. And
So
we have a flag.
Yeah, there's a flag down against Dowling. They're going to call holding on the Maroons. That's a preliminary indication. That'll back them up to their own 46-yard line. So that'll erase that nice play of Chase Hauschild. Nice run.
We're not going to know who that flag was on, but we have Jake Vore in there right now, who I know Coach thinks highly of, a young man that's a sophomore lineman, 6'4", 280, playing right tackle. And we also have Sean Collins and Austin Van Skeppen in there.
All right, Hank
as well.
Henrik out of the shotgun formation. He and Marasco rotate at quarterback. Henrik on play action, fakes the pass. Now will keep it, tries to turn around right in, and he puts his head down and finally is tackled right at the 47-yard line. Gain of 1 there, Matt.
Yeah, he get a little indecisive there on that play and didn't know whether to. I don't know if that was designed for a quarterback run or if that was a play, a little RPO there that he was running. And now we have Marasco back in there at quarterback on this play.
So the Maroons are rotating quarterbacks as we thought they would here in the second half. Dowling leading 68-6. Jason Murray, what a first half with over 200 yards rushing and scoring 5 touchdowns, and he's going to call it a night. Here is Marasco running, and he'll just keep the football and follow his tailback, and may have gotten a yard up to the 48-yard line as the play went right, and may have been knocked out of bounds right at the 48-yard line.
I think
for a gain
he fumbled
of 1.
it. There was a fumble on the play, and the ball ended up squirting out and shooting forward there, and Sioux City North was off the field saying they got the ball.
All right, updated score from Waukee. The Warriors have come from behind, and they lead Johnston 28-21. How about that?
That score was 21-0?
21-7 at one time.
21-7 at one point.
So a fumble on the play by Dowling and recovered by Sioux City North. This might be their best field position in quite some time, Matt, as they take over at the Dowling 49. With 7:55 remaining here in the third quarter, here is the direct snap to Hagan, and the North quarterback bounces outside some tacklers and angling for the far sideline, finally run out of bounds at the Dowling 47 for a gain of 2.
Number 42, Christian Housley on the stop there, and it's going to be interesting to see how these younger kids are out there and how they're going to be able to handle these weird formations that we're getting out of the Sioux City North team. And the swinging gate almost looks like an unbalanced in some regards. Now this one is the true swinging gate right here.
Yes, it certainly is. They'll send a man in motion, and they center the ball. They run the shovel pass right to the tight end, and that is Jacob Hagan. His brother is Matt Hagan, the quarterback, and Jacob with a short gain up down to the Dowling 46, and that'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Stars.
Again, Christian Housley on the stop there for the Maroons, and didn't buy into the fake at all, stayed home and made a play.
All right, 3rd and 7 for Sioux City North. Line of scrimmage is the Dowling 47. Maroons lead it 68-6 with 6:50 in the continuous clock here in the second half. Hagan back to throw and play action, fires the ball out, pass is caught, and Dowling defender nearly had him right at the catch, and that was Daniel Critelli, but he got loose, and a couple other Maroons kind of came in and cleaned up the play and for the tackle for about a no gain.
Looked like he was going to have a shot to pick that off there for a second. That ball kind of hung there, and I think he thought better of it in the end. I'm not going to get it and make sure I make the tackle, and Critelli makes a good decision there and makes a great play for the Maroons for the stop.
And we want to thank our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. That includes the Chad Harris Mortgage Team at Fidelity Bank, along with Paper Systems. We thank them for supporting our broadcast here on Iowa Catholic Radio in our 42nd year of broadcasting Dowling Catholic football. All right, man in motion is Devontae Cobbs, and now Hagan. They're going for it on 4th down, and now they're going to blow it dead. Procedure call against the Stars.
There was a lot of confusion on the field right from the start of that play as they tried to get into the correct formation and couldn't find it, and ended up having a guy running towards the line of scrimmage at the snap of the ball, and so it's an illegal motion.
That'll put the ball back at the Stars' 49-yard line.
Let's see if they change their decision here. They ran a different group out here, so I think they are going to punt it now within its 4th and 12.
Yeah, Hagan will move back off the line of scrimmage 10 yards instead of his normal 5. So Sioux City North punting the ball. They defend the south end zone here at Valley Stadium on Dowling senior night. The Maroons had 35 senior players walk across. Here's a punt by Hagan. Nobody back for Dowling. Maroons will be pinned back inside the 10, and North will down it at about the 7-yard line. So that's where the Dowling offense will start. 1st and 10 from their own 7 as the game clock continues to run. 5:30 remaining here in the third quarter, and the Maroons up 68-6. Let's go down to our Shields sideline reporter. That is John Chido. And John, are you in better shape now than you were when that halftime performance started with you and your daughter and the Dowling dance team?
Well, I'm a lot more calm now that I know that I don't have to do that ever again. So, yes.
We noticed a lot of the fathers down there kind of going through last-minute preparation, like, do I do this? Do I do that? Can you attest to that, John?
I can, because
Okay.
I was lost from the get-go. So.
I'm just disappointed you didn't give us the heads up that was coming.
Well, I tried to hide it best I could, but I guess that didn't work very well.
Well, when you're right up front, as you normally are, it's hard to hide.
I was watching during part of the interview with Mr. Gray and Mary Beth Wiskus, so it was really good. All right, back to the action. Dowling with the football deep in their own territory. They start from their own 6-yard line. They're going to struggle to get out of the end zone here, Matt, because that play went for about a -1, so it's 2nd and 11 for the Maroons.
It looks like, and they're not going to rotate quarterbacks because they're too deep away from the sideline there. So Hank Hemrick is going to stay in the ball game here on this second snap.
And he had the snap that went for -1 yard. So, all right, here's a snap. Hemrick out of his own end zone, fires to left, and the pass is incomplete. Threw it right between the intended receiver to the left of the formation that time for Dowling, and it was incomplete. And that
Carson Kriegshauser. In the reception for playing the receiver position on that, the brother of Connor, and the coverage was good.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 11. Dowling getting a different personnel in there. As the Maroons backed up to their own end zone, they may find a way to punt the ball out here in a moment. We haven't seen the punter tonight. Marasco at quarterback, the left-hander, and he'll run the football right over the A gap, and he tucks it under and gets up maybe to the 9-yard line for a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th and long for the Maroons, and we're going to see the punting unit come in.
Quarterback draw there, and this is one of the things I was talking about earlier, where we're going to miss Baumler is right here. And that was one of those things early in the season where we had the advantage. Our punt team was really good. Carter could really boom the ball.
That's right.
And now we haven't had to punt that many times since then.
Well, you'll see who the punter is, and that is also Stillwell, who's the punt returner. And Matt gets off a nice punt and takes a bounce, and Sioux City North with it across the 50 and in Dowling territory, and that's Devontae Cobbs. And he returns it down the far sideline, out of bounds in front of his own bench on the east sidelines. And it'll be a first down, Sioux City North. And they'll take over with 2:45 remaining. The game clock continues to run as Dowling has a 68-6 lead here in the third quarter over Sioux City North. Back down to the Dowling sideline, and our Shields sideline reporter, and that is John Chido. And we'll keep that conversation going there, Mr. Chido, unless you want to talk about something else.
I'd like to move on at some point, Mark. But
go right ahead.
Right.
It's all yours.
I deserve it.
It's hard to talk to you about anything else when you get that big bow it's pinned to your chest, though, proudly.
Yes, the 4 years went by too quick. I can't believe this is the last football game for my daughter, who's now a senior. It's just amazing how time flies.
Yeah, it's a regular season game, so keep that in mind. And now a little quick pass, a little flanker screen to the right side, caught by the receiver for Sioux City North, and that was the young man who threw the touchdown pass, Cale Connor, on the first play from scrimmage for Sioux City North tonight. He throws a halfback pass for a 65-yard touchdown. That's the only score that Sioux City North has against the Maroons.
Michael Rodriguez there in coverage out there to help make the play there for the Maroons, along with Quentin Wellmaker on that side of the field.
So the play goes for about a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down 9 from the 41-yard line at Dowling. Quarterback is Hagan, and he gives it to his tailback, and that's Hunter Cromanhawk. And he's hit.
I think that one's Hobbs.
And hit and dropped right at the 40-yard line. And yeah, you're right. It is Cobbs.
Emmanuel Makari in on that play, along with Amam Deng. On the tackle there for the Maroons, a couple juniors that are getting out there and getting some time on the field.
They'll give Hobbs a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 3rd and 6 for Sioux City North. Quarterback is Matt Hagan. He's already thrown a pass to his brother Jacob, a freshman, and now we've got a timeout on the field, and we got a penalty flag down right at where the wide receiver for Sioux City North was standing, and they're going to call the penalty against Sioux City North. May not have had enough men on the line of scrimmage. So that'll move the Stars back 5 yards. Now they'll run the swinging gate.
Yeah, we're going to get this formation again, and
final minute of the first quarter here, Matt.
As the clock winds down, they're going to roll out, and every time they've run this play, they've rolled it out to the right side.
This is Hagan with it, still on his feet across the 40 as he turned upfield right outside the right hash. He started at the left hash, and might be the last play of the first quarter, final 35 seconds remaining.
Mum dang on the stop again for the Maroons on that as Hagan tried to squirt forward here and get a first down, and now we've got fourth down, and the clock and the play clock are in sync. So let's see if they run out and they decide to get a play off here.
Keep in mind the Sioux City North quarterback, Matt Hagan, is also their punter, and they're going to snap at 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And they're going to try to draw Dowling offside 5 seconds, and they do snap it. And the read option, Hagan keeps it, and he's going to be hit, and he's going to be thrown down out of bounds. And a sack on the play, and that'll end up being a personal foul penalty against Dowling as the Maroon defender that time, unfortunately, and that was a mum dang, just threw him down like a wrestling move, and you can't do that.
He tossed him out of bounds, but he might not have realized he might have been already had a foot out of bounds when he made that play, and it's unfortunate because he made an outstanding defensive play on that, and just lost track of where he was on the field.
Well, 9-yard loss is going to end up in a penalty, and we've come to the end of the third quarter, so we'll discuss that when the fourth quarter resumes here after this 1-minute break. The score, Dowling 68 and Sioux City North 6. We'll move to the fourth quarter here from Valley Stadium in West Des Moines, here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Trade-in, trade-up event at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to $12,500 off select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab LTs. Up to $6,000 off select new 18 Colorado ZR2s. Trade-in, trade-up in Waukee. Up to 19% off, or choose $500 plus 0% for 72 months on new 19 Chevy Equinox LTs. Over 20% off, or get $1,000 plus 0% for 72 on new 18 Chevy Trax. Trade in, trade up at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Chevy, find new roads. WaukeeChevy.com.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines, underway here in the fourth quarter. And Sioux City North with the football. Devontae Cobbs with it, and he's going to go in for the touchdown. 47-yard run for Cobbs, and he scores. And now the extra point going to be attempted, but that's the second touchdown the Maroons have given up tonight, and it came on the first play of the fourth quarter.
Like the way the game started, just a big play there, and Cobbs gets out there and makes a nice run for Sioux City North, punch it into the end zone.
So the Stars score on that one, and we confirmed that Des Moines East is at a final 28-9 over Indianola. That may knock Indianola out of the playoffs, and now the two-point conversion is good. A little quick slant pass caught by the receiver coming from the left side for Sioux City North, and that is Caleb Crum, who takes in the two-point conversion, and it's now 68-14 Dowling. We'll take a 1-minute break and return here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. September and October are the best times of year to sit outside, and we still have a great selection of 2018 merchandise, like this OWE Deep Seating group. Or maybe you'd prefer wicker, like this North Cape group. And fire pits. There's nothing better than sitting out on the deck in the fall with a nice fire going. But get here soon, because the sold tags are coming out quick, and you don't want to be too late. For great deals on great furniture, come to Fireplace Superstore.
Back here at Valley Stadium as a kickoff by Sioux City North, fielded by Dowling's Aiden Craven. And the Maroons will have it after Craven was tackled right about the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Maroons. Dowling leading 68-14. And we'll go down to our Dowling sideline reporter from our Shields sideline report, and that is John Chido. Johnny?
Well, the coaches are definitely going to keep coaching. The players are going to keep playing, and you still see a lot of new faces coming in out of the game, which is great. You know, you still don't want to give up another score. But anyway, they're going to fight until the end, and you have the seniors and the juniors, the first teamers rooting these kids on, which is nice to see.
All right, first down Maroons, and now a long pass downfield. It's caught for by Mac Anderson. He's going to go in for the score. So Dowling right up the they score from, 70 yards out, 65 yards out. And Hemrick with the throw, Matt, and I'll tell you what, Dowling goes up top, and Hemrick.
The defender stopped and in his pattern there, he was with the receiver there for a while, and then he just kind of let up, and Mac ran free, and big play there for the Maroons.
So Hank Hemrick with the touchdown pass for Dowling to Mac Anderson. Anderson off the sophomore team, 6 foot, 160-pound wide receiver, sophomore. And now the extra point by the Maroons. And this will be, believe it's Drew Johns back in there. Yep, the ball's down, and Johns' kick is up. And no good. So the score remains 74-14. Dowling over Sioux City North. We'll take a break and be back. You're listening to Dowling Catholic Football on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium. Mark Amadale, Matt Mainring, and John Chido. Final regular season game, and Dowling leading 74-14 over Sioux City North with 10 minutes, 52 seconds remaining. And we got to get through the kickoff because I think it was a penalty
again
on the kickoff.
Yeah.
And Maroons offside. John Chido on our Shields sideline report. Got a report up here that Indianola is losing to Des Moines East in the final game of the regular season. That could knock Indianola, who's been suspected of maybe being Dowling's opponent later in the bracket. Maybe it was on your bracket, but they're getting upset by East tonight, John.
Yeah, that's going to shake some things up. How much time's left, and what's the score of that ball game?
Well, we got Mr. Kurt Brown working on that. I don't know how much time is left, but he'll let us know here when he finds out. Here's a kickoff by Dowling and returned by Sioux City North. Right across outside the 30-yard line, but wouldn't that be surprising, Johnny, if that holds up?
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, that's going to shake a lot of stuff up. I mean, I guess it all depends on where we get for a seed too, because then we could be playing Fort Dodge, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it may open up the door for Ankeny to get in.
That's true.
Yeah, Ankeny may have an opportunity here to sneak in now.
Yeah, 4 and 5 too.
Right.
All right, Sioux City North with the football and a first down play from their own 40-yard line, and get a little quick pass over there to the far sideline, and it's complete. And, about a 2-yard gain up to the 42-yard line.
Or someone like Urbandale. Urbandale's got an opportunity. I don't know if the plan was for Urbandale to qualify, but Urbandale's got a shot here as well.
Waukee came from behind. They're leading Johnson 28-21, but Johnson has the ball on goal-to-goal inside the 5-yard line of Waukee, so that one's going to go down to the wire. A little swing pass near side, caught by Sioux City North. Their receiver, that is Oscar Little, and gets it up near midfield. They're going to spot him shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
And, Sioux City North has all their starters in the ball game yet.
See that.
Trying to let their seniors go out on a positive note, trying to score and make things happen here for Sioux City North against the group from Dowling.
They go in that swinging gate formation. They center the ball to the quarterback who's outside the right tackle, and then he options it. Hagan options it to Devontae Cobbs, and Cobbs gets across midfield and picks up the first down for North.
Dan Bidding there on the stop for the Maroons as we continue to have a lot of different individuals in the ball game right now.
All right, 1st and 10, Sioux City North. They go left to right, defending the north end zone, but heading to Dowling side, the south end zone. Little swing pass, left side. It's caught, and that's Cobbs with it. And he tries to dance around the left hash, and it's finally brought down.
Good hustle by Sean Paschal right there as he hustled out to the right side from his defensive line position to help make that tackle.
So now we understand that Johnson scored. It's 28-27 Waukee, but the extra point was blocked. So Waukee with a 1-point lead over Johnston in their district with 6.5 minutes, 6:50 remaining. Thank you.
A lot of time left. Right there, Sioux City North took a shot down the far sideline, and nice play over the top there by Carson Kriegshauser to break that play up and prevent a long yardage gain there by the Sioux City North Stars.
All right, game clock continues to run. The mercy rule in effect, 74-14. Yes, that's the score. Dowling leading Sioux City North. And I want to thank Jeff Pickett and Iowa Catholic Radio for producing, and our press box producer here on the webcast, Ruben Garza and Clayton Samuelson, who's running one of the cameras, and Mr. Dependable, Mr. Pete Tarpey, running the one that shows us every once in a while from the Central Iowa Sports Network. Great working with those guys, and now we got a penalty on the play. I want to know if we got videotape of the dance at halftime.
I
want to know about that.
All I got is a still picture, and I'm a long ways away.
Well, we can do some
I'm
editing.
sure there's someone down there.
We'll figure that out.
Close up.
Sideline reporter and dancer. That's a good one. All right, here's a little swing pass for Sioux City North. It's caught, and getting down to the 35-yard line, and before he is pushed out of bounds, is
Quinn Grant there for the Maroons.
Cale Connor for Sioux City North.
Yeah, and Quinn Grant coming out there to make the play for the Maroons, number 90, from his left defensive end position.
All right, 1st and 10, Sioux City North. Game clock continues to run as we're under 7 minutes, 15 seconds. And now quarterback draw by Hagan, and nothing doing by Dowling as big number 74 for the Maroons comes
Paschal.
in and hits him and takes away that
nice
quarterback
play.
Draw. Paschal with the stop.
Yeah, makes a nice play there coming off that defensive line and making things happen.
All right, that'll back up the football to the 36-yard line. Loss of 2 on the sack by Paschal. Sean battled a wrist injury early in the year. Didn't play the first game, but I think he got back in week 2 or 3 and making a stop there. All right, here's the snap. Hagan back to throw for Sioux City North. Fires over the middle. The pass is caught and shy of the first down as he's brought down right about the 29-yard line. They'll say forward progress. And that's a nice catch that time by the receiver, and that's Cale Connor for Sioux City North.
Yeah, and Josh Jackman for the Maroons out there to make the stop on that crossing pattern there.
So it brings up 3rd and 5 from the 29 of Dowling, and now Hagan will run the option. He picks up the first down and more across the 20, still on his feet, and he's hit and dropped right about the 15, maybe the 14-yard line for a gain, on the big gain on the play for North, and a first down for Sioux City North.
Blake Till and Carson Kriegshauser on the stop for the Maroons as Sioux City North's getting a little momentum going here as they're working their way down into Maroon territory.
So North 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line of Dowling, as that was a 15-yard run that time by the quarterback, and now there's a real quick pass to the near sideline caught by Devontae Cobbs. We've mentioned his name a lot, and he gets it all the way down to the 10-yard line for a gain of 4.
That young man's making a lot of plays on both sides of the ball for Sioux City North and having an outstanding night as a senior going out and doing his thing on his last night of football.
We got an official timeout here. I think either an equipment problem, it looks like, with one of the stars. And he'll go off. That's the quarterback, Hagan, with 5:26 remaining, and now they're going to wind the clock. 74-14, Dowling with the lead over Sioux City North. Joined us late. Dowling got out to a 35-6 lead at the end of the first quarter. Maroons led at halftime 68-6, and have tacked on a touchdown here in the second half. Hank Hemrick on a 65-yard pass to Mac Anderson for the score. Back to throw Hagan, fires the ball over the middle. The pass is incomplete. Great job, and now a penalty flag late. And I thought it was pretty good defense that time by Michael Rodriguez, but they may get him with hanging on the shoulder pad of the receiver.
And I thought he had great coverage on that play, and must have said the official saw that he was there just a step early.
So that'll bring up 1st and goal for Sioux City North. They'll be at the 5-yard line of Dowling on pass interference, and they're going to wind the clock here. Penalties stop the clock. They never used to, but they do now. So, and now they'll wind it. 1st and goal, Stars at the Dowling 5. Here's Hagan at quarterback for Sioux City North. Quarterback draw, and he's hit and drop as he went right over the A-gap, and he didn't have a center there blocking for him.
Dominic Marasco there playing linebacker for the Maroons, and makes a stop there to make sure that quarterback draw goes for no yardage.
So 2nd down and goal for Sioux City North. Actually, they're calling it 3rd and 2. They didn't give him the automatic 1st down. Okay. No. 3rd and 2 North. Back to throw is Hagan, and he fires in the end zone. Touchdown, a quick slant that time. So Sioux City North.
Connor.
And that is Connor, who threw for one earlier.
Yeah. Nice catch there. Nice play by Sioux City North. A quick timing pattern there, and they hit that slant. Connor coming off that left side and hit him in the back of the end zone.
So the touchdown pass from quarterback Matt Hagan. Extra point now. They'll go for 2. Hagan will have 3 receivers left. 2 to the right, empty backfield. Hagan and throws a quick slant, and he tried to hit Cobb, and it's incomplete. Right at the goal line.
Yeah, broken up by Carson Kriegshauser there. Nice play because the ball was in the receiver's hands, and he was able to get it there and not knock it out of his hands. Now we're going to have a penalty for something after the play.
All right, well, that'll be assessed on the kickoff. So we'll take a timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break. 4:25 remaining, 4th quarter, and Dowling's lead is now 74-20 over Sioux City North. Back after these messages here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
The other guys, they think they know what special means. At Godfather's Pizza, we do special, and we do it better. We add the T. There's a Godfather specialty pizza with your name on it. Classic combo, all meat combo, hot stuff, taco, yeah, even veggie and more. All of them piled high with the best toppings and 100% real cheese. Treat yourself special. Order specialty pizzas from Godfather's Pizza.
Mr.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Senior night for Dowling Catholic. The Maroons have
another flag
been in control of this contest, although the penalties they have not. And they had 11 penalties at halftime. They're approaching 20 penalties for the game. I know that won't make Coach Wilson happy, even though they're going to get the win.
Call a personal foul on the Maroons.
So Chase Hausholt returned the kickoff by Sioux City North to the 22-yard line. Now they're going to mark off the penalty. And keep in mind, Sioux City North kicked off from midfield because of a penalty issued against Dowling on the extra point.
After the play, and that's what's frustrating as a coach is those penalties that occur after the play is over and you get extracurriculars going on. And right here, I'm not sure what this call was either because, again, it's a personal foul penalty at the end of the play on the kickoff.
All right, we'll go down to John Chido, our sideline reporter. After this play, it's 1st and 10 Dowling, and the Maroons do the read option. The give is to the tailback, and that is number 38 for the Maroons in there, Jack Meyer. Meyer, a sophomore tailback, and now we got an injured Sioux City North player right at around the area where Meyer went down. Let's go down to our Shield sideline reporter, John Chido. Give us an update. A lot of players playing right now for the Maroons.
Yeah, there is. We can see a lot of sophomores getting some action, too, in varsity play, which is nice to see. Another new face at running back there who played in a sophomore game last night and had a good game, Meyer. He's a tough runner. He's only a sophomore. It's nice to see him get varsity action.
Certainly is, and I know, John, you look forward to the post-game show, and so do we when you interview the players. And we got quite a few that can be selected, and maybe tonight we stick with the seniors since it is senior night. And we look down our list, and there's 33 seniors, and I think we've interviewed probably maybe 10 throughout the year or so. So we'll just have to keep working on that list.
Hard not to talk to Jason when he's got 12 carries and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, his new nickname's 5. Every time I see him, I call him 5 because it seems like that's the number he gets for touchdowns in the last
Yeah, you're right. And
4 or 5 games.
You get the high five back. All right, John Chido on our Dowling sideline. And now the read option. Hemrick, the give is the tailback, and he may go. Right up the gut he goes. A nice move at midfield, and that's Jack Meyer, the sophomore, finally brought down at the 45-yard line of Sioux City North. So
makes a nice cut in the middle of the field and let the defenders run by him, and really got out there and made a nice play to finish that run.
36-yard run for the sophomore Jack Meyer, 5'10", 165 pounds. We spot him down at the north 46-yard line. 1st and 10, Dowling. 3 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the contest. Dowling leading 74-20 here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Next week, we'll be at Williams Stadium against, an opponent to be named later, as Dowling will host a first-round game. Now, Hemrick running the option play, runs to the left side.
It's Marasco.
Oh, it's Marasco.
Yeah, it is Marasco.
They do interchange.
We had 19 tackle 19 right there.
Yeah, we did. Cale Connor makes a stop for Sioux City North as he tackled Dowling's Marasco. Didn't realize they were interchanging quarterbacks in this series. Apparently they are.
Yeah. This is Hemrick here. I think that one series they didn't because they were too far away from the sidelines.
That's true.
And so now that they're here, they can interchange them pretty quickly.
So Dominic Marasco, a 10-yard run. And it's 1st and 10, Dowling at the 36-yard line of North. Hemrick in at quarterback, and the give is to the tailback, and that is Jack Meyer. And he runs over left guard down inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line of Sioux City North, gain of 3.
And the Maroons starting to get a little rhythm here offensively with the second unit as they start to march down the field here a little bit with 2 minutes to go.
All right, the Maroons with a 2nd and 7 from the 33-yard line of Sioux City North. Marasco in at quarterback. High snap, and the give is to Jack Meyer, and up near a first down inside the 30-yard line, maybe the 25 of Sioux City North.
Good lead block there by Will Linhart, playing that fullback position for the Maroons, and opened up that hole along with that offensive line for Jack Meyer to run through. This is a race against time here right now.
Yeah, but I think we saw this before from Coach Wilson in a late game earlier this month where the Maroons got inside the 10 and then they took a knee. Unless somebody can break one here, he won't score.
Right. No, I know that. I just saying for these kids in the field, they're looking at the clock going, we want to get a chance to punch it in.
Well, you got to score in a long run. Cause,
there's going to be no timeouts here or anything else. They're going to let the clock run out. And
Coach is not going to call a play here eventually.
No. Yeah.
74-20. That's our score. Dowling with the lead, and they'll complete the regular season with a record of 7-2, and they'll be undefeated at 5-0 in district play. Here's a snap, and the handoff goes to Meyer, and he's chopped down at the 22-yard line. And I think that might be the final play. Well, they got to snap it one more time.
They're going to snap it one more time as they get it set. So Jack's going to probably get one more opportunity to try to bring this one, break some yardage off.
That's right. As 37 seconds and the game clock winding down. Of course, we'll have post-game activity. We'll interview head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling and talk about the postseason and maybe possible opponents for Dowling next week. Here is the handoff, and turning the corner and diving inside the 20-yard line for the final play, apparently, is which tailback, as they just put another one in. That was Jack Meyer.
Yeah.
And that'll do it. That's how the game will end. Dowling 74, Sioux City North 20, and Dowling will move on to the playoffs next week. Sioux City North will conclude their season with a record of 2-7 and 1-4 in District 1 play. Dowling improves to 7-2, and they're undefeated in district play. They ran the table at 5-0 this year. Congratulations to Tom Wilson. District 1 champs, automatic playoff qualifier champs, and they'll get a home game next Friday night. Game time at 7 o'clock, pregame at 6:30. Williams Stadium, but we do not know the opponent. That'll be determined later. If you heard our pregame show tonight, they'll make the 16 team selections for each class, 4A all the way down to 8-player. That should be done by midnight, and then later on tomorrow morning, 9, 10 o'clock or so, it should be up on the website of who each team is going to play, first and second round games only. But we know the Maroons are going to be one of those teams. Congratulations to Tom Wilson and the Maroons as they defeat Sioux City North 74-20. Before we go to break, let's take a look at our game statistics. And Dowling with 616 yards of total offense, 452 of those yards on the ground, 164 yards in the air. For Sioux City North, 191 yards of total offense, 151 in the air, and 40 yards on the ground. And Dowling came up with 5 turnovers tonight against Sioux City North, and the Stars picked up a loose fumble by Dowling, so the Maroons had 1 turnover in the contest. Dowling with 30 first downs, 12 for Sioux City North. And penalties, Dowling penalized 18 times for 148 yards tonight, and Sioux City North 6 penalties for 31 yards. Zach Waters, 8 out of 9 passing, 90 yards on the contest. Hank Hemrick, 1 of 2 passing, 65 yards and a touchdown. And Zach Prey, 1 of 3 passing for 9 yards. Leading ground gainer tonight was Jason Murray, and that was all in the first half. 12 carries, 209 yards, and 5 touchdowns. He averaged 17.5 yards a carry. Tegan Johnson, 9 carries for 118 yards for the Maroons and 1 touchdown. And Chase Hauschild, 5 carries for 29 yards. Dominic Marasco, 3 carries for 16 yards, some of the Maroons. And now leading receiver was Mac Anderson on that touchdown reception, Matt. 1 catch, 65 yards and a touchdown for the sophomore Mac Anderson, just brought up. Edward Thompson, 4 carries, 46 yards. And Colin Cook, 2 catches for 21 yards. All right, we'll take a break here on the postgame show. Dowling with the win, 74-20, along with Matt Maindring, Mark Amadale. As the Dowling team is huddled at midfield, John Chida will catch up with some players and head coach Tom Wilson. So stay tuned for the postgame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives. With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
To the post-game show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale alongside Matt Maindring. John Chido down on the field. We're going to have some interviews here in a moment. Dowling winning over Sioux City North 74-20. And Matt, it was all Dowling from the get-go, although Sioux City North on their first play from scrimmage throws a touchdown. It was 7-6, and that's as close as it got in the first quarter.
They ran a double pass off that first play, and they do the lateral pass and then threw it downfield and completed the pass, and that was the only thing probably positive for, well, it was the only thing positive for Sioux City North in the first half, and after that, it kicked the Maroons into high gear after that, and they came out and scored, I don't know how many consecutive touchdowns after that, 7 after that, and really had their will, on
Sure.
the we got action down
Oh,
there.
yeah,
in the
they're
field.
ready. Oh, Chido's got them all lined up. He's
Oh,
Mr.
that's
Dance
good.
Routine at halftime.
Yeah.
74-20 the final. Dowling over
We'll
Sioux
see if
City
he
North.
breaks in the dance during his interview.
We'll send it down now. I know he's got Jack Keogh to his right, but we'll go take it down. John Chido on our Shield Sideline Report. Take it away with Dowling interviews.
We'll start off with Jack Lyman. Jack, it's been a great season, senior year, last home game for the regular season. Talk about a little bit tonight's game and moving forward to the first round of playoffs.
Thank you, first off. And tonight we just want to get the job done and do everything right and get all the little things right, because in the future we know we're going to have better teams, so we have to prepare for them in the future.
We had a nice catch there for a touchdown. Unfortunately, got called back with the penalty, but you've had a lot of nice receptions over the year. It seems like you've grown throughout the season with you and Zach Waters and their timing, and talk a little bit about that.
Thank you. I think our chemistry is just really good, and every day at practice we practice those routes and every other route. So I think that we've just gotten better throughout the season and hopefully just keep getting better for the playoffs.
Well, Jack, good luck next week, whoever you play. I think you guys will find out tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, John Chido with Jack Lyman in the first of 2 interviews. Dowling with the win tonight, 74-20 over Sioux City North. Back down on the field in our Shield Sideline Report, John Chido, he has Mr. Jack Keel with him, and another of the 33 Dowling seniors that were recognized. John, take it away with him.
Well, Jack, I never seen 3 touchdowns in 4 plays, but 2 of them called back. One was your interception, pick 6, but the interception still counted, and then you came up with another pick 6. So talk about your defensive play tonight.
It was pretty good. We knew they were going to throw the ball a lot, so they were just really focusing on us linebackers getting pass drops, and obviously it worked out pretty well for us.
They had a lot of different formations, but the front 4 put a lot of pressure and helped you guys out in the secondary with pass coverage. But you guys were all over the backfield tonight and gave the quarterback hardly any time to throw. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, the D-line does a really great job of getting penetration on runs and passes. They're a really great group. They've worked hard all year. They deserve some credit.
And your brother Michael with an interception as well. He had a nice break on the ball.
Yeah, he did. He's had a few this year. He's doing well.
Well, Jack, good luck next week in the first round of playoffs, and thank you very much.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, John Chido with Jack Keel, starting linebacker for the Maroons, as Dowling wins it tonight by the score of 74-14. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring back in the press box. I know John's awaiting head coach Tom Wilson on senior night, but Matt, what can you say in a game like this? A one-sided game, but as we talked about in the pregame, the Maroons got down to biz. They took care of it, got the win, got away with, I don't know of anybody getting hurt, which is good, and they're ready to play their first postseason game beginning next Friday night.
Yeah, the running game really looked good tonight. One of the things, Sioux City North had some big kids up front, and our line just had their way with them, and Jason Murray doing what Jason Murray does and really ran the ball well. And we saw a few times where the play action was set up. Early in the year we were not establishing that run game. Then you try to run play action behind it, and that doesn't work so well. And now as the run game's getting established and moving down the field, it makes those play action passes work out really well.
No question about it, and I know John's just waiting to catch up with head coach Tom Wilson, and we'll get to them in a moment. I want to thank Ruben Garza, our press box producer here, did an outstanding job of keeping Pete Tarpey and I from going at each other, but he did a great job with that. Clayton Samuelson, the video ran the camera in the main press box, and of course Pete Tarpey coming in, and we've got the A-team here tonight here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And of course Jeff Piggott back in the Iowa Catholic Radio studios doing a great job, and he may have taken a few phone calls because Bell Chase said that he was going to take his phone calls tonight for the pledge-a-thon, so I wonder how many he did take or how many he's going to tell us. All right, John Chido, are you ready, or are you
still chasing down Coach Wilson?
What do you got, Johnny?
Well, Coach is busy right now talking, so see if we can catch him.
Okay, well, get in our line of sight. That might be
one of the things as we look forward here in a night like this hasn't happened in Iowa high school football for a long time, where you had all these teams going into this last night not knowing who they're going to play. And it takes me back to my time when I was coaching in Wisconsin, when you had all these pins on a map and you're trying to figure out who might be the potential games out there. Because the state of Iowa hasn't set it up this way in quite some time, and so it's kind of a fun night. It's almost like an unveiling. What's going to happen, and you kind of have an idea of which teams, obviously the district winners are getting in, and then you have this RPI, which will bump and change a little bit. You know, a team like Indianola tonight getting beat and probably dropping out of the top of the RPI index and not making the playoffs, and so it might allow a team like Des Moines East in, it might allow an Urbandale. I don't know how it all shakes out. So it'll be a fun night.
Yeah, remember they have 7 district winners. They all qualify. They will host, and then the next 9 teams are all at large based on the RPI, and those tournament that'll be determined by midnight. The 16 qualifiers in all classes. The matchups, the first 2-round matchups, will be released probably about 8-9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then we'll know who the brackets are just for the first 2 rounds, because they're going to reseed it for the semifinals up at the Dome and the finals.
Which is a good thing. I think you're going to see. When you see this brackets come out, I think you're going to see a lot of geographic, not that much different than what they've seen in the past. There's going to be a lot of regions represented, but the good thing about it is the reseeding for those final 4 games.
All right, we'll go back down to Valley Stadium on the field.
We have kind of an exciting finish over there in Waukee.
Let's just check in with John. Johnny, what are you
He's walking up the bleachers right now, so I think he lost Coach Wilson.
Okay.
So we Waukee and Johnston have been going back and forth here, and Johnston kick a field goal to go up with 2 minutes to go, make it 30-28, and now Waukee drove down the field with under 2 minutes to go and kicked the field goal to go ahead 31. And that has some implications for probably will adjust that RPI.
So Waukee leads by 1, is that right? With 22 seconds to go. Okay, what a finish at Waukee. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back for final comments. This will be our last game on the webcast, because Dowling will be hosting next Friday night at Des Moines East at Williams Stadium. We don't know who the opponent is, but we'll be on radio only next week. And they'll be on the air at 6:30, kickoff at 7, Dowling hosting at Des Moines East against a team to be announced. We'll be back with more. Final score once again as Dowling defeating Sioux City North 74-14. Along with Matt Mainring, I'm Mark Amadale, and for John Chido, back after our final break here on Iowa Catholic Radio and the Central Iowa Sports Network.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
No doubt about it. Saving feels great. At Mid-American Energy, we love saving too. Saving the environment by supporting tree planting, which improves air quality. Saving money by investing in wind energy, which keeps rates low. And saving you energy by providing tips to help make your home more energy efficient. Which means you can take those savings and put your energy into having fun. Saving definitely feels great. So does being obsessively, relentlessly at your...
Great price, great selection, great experience. That's what people expect today. What isn't expected is how hard we work after the sale to keep your business. Hard work.
And welcome back to the postgame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Dowling a winner tonight as they defeat Sioux City North very handily by the score of 74-14. Mark Amadale joined by our sideline reporter John Chido and Matt Maindring. And final thoughts here. First of all, John, congratulations on your performance with your daughter and cheerleaders. I mean, it's 74-14. What Matt and I are trying to pull stuff out of a hat, but your performance down there, and we do have video of it, was outstanding, along with the rest of the dads of the cheerleaders at halftime.
I'm speechless. You know, it's just what you'll do for your daughter, and I had no choice, so there was no walking back from that one. She was.
Matt, these guys actually practiced 2 mornings this week.
Oh,
believe it or not.
Yeah, it's 6:30 in the morning too. They take it serious.
Well, that's when they go to dance practice, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Remember the days of driving your daughter to dance and driving her everywhere? Now she's got her own car. I bet you drove separately.
Yeah, we did.
See? That's how it's progressed, Matt.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it's been a fun night here. We want to thank our halftime guests, Mary Beth Wiskus and Ron Gray. Mary Beth leading the Dowling volleyball team, maybe to another state tournament berth. They got to get through the regionals. And Ron Gray already leading the Dowling golf team to the top 6 finish in the state. That happened a few weeks ago. But, gentlemen, we're going to prepare for the playoffs. And, Matt, next week over at Williams Stadium.
Yeah, well, it's a big week altogether at Dowling next week because we have the play going on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Captain Fantastic. But then it's state cross country. Both teams qualified for state, the boys and the girls, so they'll be running up at Fort Dodge on Saturday. So it's just a great time of year. So we get the first round of playoffs on Friday night over at East, and then cross country on Saturday, and then we have pancakes.
End of the month.
Pancakes on Sunday, and then a little volleyball action, first round of volleyball next week, Tuesday. It kicks into high gear now.
And I think John's performance with the Dowling dance team has noted a postseason berth, so congratulations, Mr. Chido.
Well, I got to, hats off to Taylor Schulte, the head dance team coach, and Courtney Gredeman, her assistant. They do a great job, and they have for the last 4 years. My daughter's been there, so I think Taylor's been there for 2 of those, and it's been fantastic.
She does an outstanding job. A counselor at Dowling Catholic High School, just an outstanding young, just recently married, and does an outstanding job.
And we want to thank you, John, for that halftime pregame interview. Again, you had Rod Hagan on, and we also had Belle Chase on. So we had 2 of the parents of these Dowling football players interviewed. And Rod seemed a little, I don't think he was in his comfort zone. He's better off calling plays on a Tuesday night at Dowling with the 8th grade team that you coach with him.
Yeah, he was a little nervous going on the air, but it was an emotional night for him, as it should be. It's Greg's last home game as a senior, so it's crazy. Things fly by.
Was he more nervous about what I was going to ask him or just being on the air?
I think being on the air and then want to know what he was going to ask, because I had no idea what you were going to ask.
Nobody does. You never know. Ask the principal over here. You never know what I'm going to ask. We did get to the bottom of Ron Gray's scar, so we did get to the bottom of that.
I knew the story.
The story he told you.
Yeah, the story he told me.
Well, gentlemen, thank you. We'll see you next week at East. We'll be broadcasting game radio only as Central Iowa Sports Network. They'll have some teams involved in the playoffs, and what a finish. Waukee and Johnston. I don't think it's over yet. It is, and Waukee hung on for a 1-point win. Is that right? 31-30, Waukee with the win over Johnston. They were down 21-7, Waukee was, in the first half.
That's a great high school football game.
That's what it's all about.
That really is.
All right. Our thanks to everyone involved, including the folks from the Central Iowa Sports Network. For my broadcast partners, John Chido and Matt Maindring, I'm Mark Amadale. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and we'll be on the air next Friday night at Williams Stadium as Dowling takes on a playoff opponent. And for everybody involved, we want to thank you for joining us and have a safe and blessed, faith-filled evening. The final score for the final time, Dowling 74, Sioux City North 14. And we'll talk to you next week right here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or